Good morning, everyone. If you're new here, my name is Brian Craig. You'll love this show, I promise you. Make sure you subscribe, click the notification bell, and everyone like the video. We got a lot we're going to talk about today. This is our top of the hour break here on the radio. Starting the show, we'll be on the air in about a minute. Going to talk about this great Ron DeSantis town hall on Newsmax last night. Biden was calling the United States Mexico yesterday. I mean, it's just, lots going on, lots to talk about. And, of course, we take calls live on the air from our radio listeners. And you guys watching on YouTube, you're welcome to call in, too. Number's right there. Here it is. 855-FLA-3782. This will be the number in a second, right here. Here we go.
You are listening to
Showtime.
Longest-running radio show, The Steve Kane Show. To call the show toll-free, dial 1-888-COCAINE-1. That's 1-888-COCAINE-1. And now...
Hey guys, welcome to the program. Oh man, it's Thursday morning, May 13th, 2021. My name is Brian Craig. You are listening to Florida's longest-running radio show, The Steve Kane Show, on the radio since 1977. That's right, the longest-running radio show in the state of Florida. Well, we got a lot going on, a lot to talk about today. Oh my goodness, did you guys catch the great governor of Florida, Ron DeSantis, last night on the Newsmax town hall with Sean Spicer and his co-host, whose name is Lindsay something because they don't put her in the show title? She's very good. That was the best town hall I've ever seen. Sean Hannity should watch that. That's how you do a town hall, Hannity. You shut up. You let the people ask questions. You let the guest answer. You don't tell President Trump that you're studying Kung Fu and all this stuff. That was a great town hall. So we'll talk about that. I want to hear your feedback on it. And also, President Trump. This is crazy. This is crazy. President Trump had two major political victories in Washington yesterday. Did you catch this? Two major political victories. One, Liz Cheney is out, and then she went on this bitter tour. Man. So President Trump got Liz Cheney out of the leadership position. That's victory number one. Everyone knows about that one, right? Well, there's a second victory, too, of President Trump's. Not being celebrated in the media because they don't want you to know about it. The Biden administration announced they're going to finish the wall. Huge section of the wall. Like a 187-mile portion of it where everyone's coming through. They're going to finish the Great Wall of Trump. And, that's amazing. Two major victories by President Trump yesterday. Liz Cheney out. The wall's going to be completed. That wall is as long as the state of Florida. And Florida's a long state. It snows in Jacksonville, Florida. In northeast Florida, it snows. That's how big this state is. I'm in the tropics here. 95 degrees yesterday. So huge victories for Trump. I know a lot of people think Obama's running the country. It looks like Trump's running the country, doesn't it? Oh my goodness. How exciting. How exciting. Yeah. I thought walls were racist. The Great Wall of Trump, that's what I call the southern border wall, the Great Wall of Trump. Is that the largest, longest structure built since the Great Wall of China? Has there been a wall as long as that built since the Great Wall of China? I don't know. You guys let me know. So we've had two great victories yesterday. Oh, man. Oh, man. And Governor Ron DeSantis here in Florida, what a beautiful town hall that was. Oh, I watched the whole thing. I was so excited. It was so good. It was so good up in the villages. Oh, man. This is really a good time. This is really a good time for us. But Governor Ron DeSantis, he told a couple live on television. There's a couple here in Broward County, Plantation, that are being charged by local officials, husband and wife, for having their gym open during COVID. They're facing jail time. Meanwhile, the Broward County School Board, same government, Broward County, they got a school board superintendent indicted by a grand jury, and they give him a $700 and some $100,000 severance package. But this husband and wife that own a gym, they're going to put them in jail. And Governor Ron DeSantis announced to them live, this was on Laura Ingraham, that they're going to get pardoned. And he's going to pardon everyone in the state of Florida who has faced any penalties for violating the COVID restrictions. Mask wearing. There are people that have been charged with mask wearing, violating social distancing guidelines. Businesses that have been harassed by liberal jerks who run around. They're supposed to help businesses in the community, but they've been around. He's going to pardon them all. Huge story out there today. Huge story. So, MAGA lives, people. MAGA lives. Yesterday was a great day for MAGA. Oh, man. So, our number is toll-free, 1-888-GO-CANE-1. So, I just kind of highlighted most of what I'll be talking about today, but we'll get into more detail as it goes on. So Biden yesterday, now you've seen this story, over 120 retired generals and admirals signed an open letter questioning Biden's mental health. Now, this is something we got to be very careful about, because this is a question, if you notice, there's a move now about, the move is gearing up a little bit more now about Biden's cognitive issues. And these admirals and generals letter has everyone talking about it, even in the liberal mainstream press. Here's a question for you. Now, I want you to think about this now. If Biden has to step aside because of his mental issues, his cognitive decline, that means Kamala Harris will be the 47th president of the United States. That also means President Trump will be the 48th and not the 47th. Right? It'll make Trump the 45th and 48th president. So if he has to step aside because of his cognitive decline, Kamala Harris becomes president. And then on top of that, she'll choose her vice president. She'll nominate someone to be her vice president. They'll go through a process, but they'll get approved and confirmed to be the vice president. Who would you rather have as president? And this is a serious question, and I want to hear your answer to this at 1-888-GO-CANE-1, K-A-N-E, and the number 1, 888-465-2631, 888-465-2631. Who would you rather have as the president? Sleepy Joe Biden or Kamala Harris? Now, I know we want neither of them, right? We want Trump and, Trump in 2024 and all that, of course. But, these are your only options right now. If Biden steps aside, Kamala becomes president. Which one would you rather have as president? Would you rather have the checked out, sleepy Joe Biden? Or would you rather have Kamala Harris? That's a tough question. That's a tough question. I want to hear your answer to that. And there's no third option. Okay? There's no third option. Now, yesterday, I made a YouTube video about this. And if you go to my YouTube channel, Brian Craig, just search Brian Craig on YouTube, you can see a video of this. And I did not seek this out, and it just is what happened yesterday. I was taking my cat to the vet yesterday for a sinus infection, the cat. And the gas lines were insane. So after the cat vet visit, I took the cat home, and then I went to the gas stations along the route and made a YouTube video about it. And I was very shocked at what I was seeing. There were gas lines that were long, man, long gas lines, and I made a whole YouTube video about this. I went to one gas station, a Cumberland Farms, that was out of gas. Every grade. Sometimes when hurricanes come around, gas stations get crazy. What I saw yesterday afternoon was hurricane gas station crazy. People were fighting. People were very, plus it was hot. It was 95 degrees. Okay? This was about 3:30 in the afternoon, 3:15 in the afternoon. It was about 95 degrees, hottest time of the day. People were on edge. They're waiting in line. They're pissed. A lot of people, they're in line for a gas pump, and then the gas tank's on the other side of the car, and it won't reach, and there's all kinds of confusion going on at these gas stations. And this is what it's usually like when a hurricane comes. But it's something that gradually happens because the hurricanes are on the news. They're coming down Hurricane Alley, and then, I always prepare days before, so I miss all that. I load my 5-gallon drums with gas and everything for my generator and do all that stuff. Days and days before. And if the hurricane doesn't happen, well, that's okay. I've got my 5-gallon jugs of gas that I'll just use for my cars until they're empty. That's what I normally do. But anyway, the gas station lines yesterday were insane. The Cumberland Farms I went to that was out of gas, usually, and it happened like that. I drove by it when I was taking the cat home, and there was a long line of cars. And I went back by, and it was empty. And I was like, wow, I guess the crisis is over. And then I found out that the station was completely out of gas, and everybody cleared out. I went to the gas station across the street. But I went to 3 gas stations yesterday. Well, actually 4. I went to 4 gas stations. I went to a Chevron, a Cumberland Farms, a Mobil, and the Wawa. And it was insane. And the Cumberland Farms that was out of gas, usually what happens when hurricanes come, a gas station will run out of regular unleaded. And then they'll run out of mid-grade, but they'll still have super, which is more money. They ran out of every grade of gas. I couldn't believe it. Then I went to the Chevron across the street. They were out of diesel. Out of diesel and running low on the other ones, they were telling people in line. I know, it's insanity. And I made a whole YouTube video about this, which you can see. I show the gas line, show everything, and show the craziness. It's on my YouTube channel, Brian Craig on YouTube. Check it out. And also, tell me what the gas station situation has been in your community, in your town, no matter where you are. I understand a lot of what we saw yesterday. What I saw yesterday in South Florida was panic buying, but that doesn't matter. Panic buying still causes a shortage. Oh, man. Yeah, and I topped off my car this morning on the way in because there was no line. I topped it off. And I usually, my wife, it drives her nuts. I usually don't get gas until the light comes on and I'm on E, and I like to fill it up. But all the car, I topped off my wife's car yesterday. It only cost like $8 and something to top it off. My car this morning was like $6 and something to top it off because I had just gotten gas in it. So I'm topping off the gas tanks. But it was a pretty crazy thing yesterday. I saw a video online on the news. A guy got out of, there was an argument in a gas line at a gas station somewhere. I'm not sure where it was. And a man actually hit a woman. And then the man and the woman got into a fight at a gas station. So, yeah, that's Biden's America. Biden's doing a great job, people. All right, listen, we'll take our first break of this Thursday morning edition of Florida's longest-running radio show, The Steve Kane Show. When we get back, we'll jump into a little more detail into some of these issues. My name is Brian Craig. Our number is toll-free from anywhere, 1-888-GO-KANE 1-888-465-2631. We'll be back after this. Don't go anywhere.
We've got you covered. AM 1470. FM
be right back, guys.
96.9.
Bathroom break.
FM Money Talk Radio Network. WWNN, Pompano Beach.
Brian Craig here. Conservative Doug called me up live on the air to tell me about his experience at Friendly Tire.
I had 2 ball tires in the back of my Infiniti. I called them up, and I feel like I was really check prices first. Half the price of everybody else.
Half the price? Half the price at Friendly Tire. Wow.
Half the price, and not only that, his tires, which nobody had, the tires I was looking at had any mileage guarantee. His is a 60,000 mile warranty. So
wow.
they're not only half the price, the price is good.
So you're a repeat customer over there at Friendly Tire. You bought new tires, right? So you bought new tires, because they also sell used tires, starting at just $30 for most sizes. But you bought new tires, and they were half the price at Friendly Tire than at the other tire shops around town. That is phenomenal, and came with a 60,000 mile warranty on the tires. That's great. And of course, Friendly Tire, they never charge you to mount the tire, balance the tire, or dispose of your old tires. The price that they give you are out the door and on the road. And
everybody should go there. I don't know how anybody can buy tires.
Florence, $5 super chat. Thank you. Great shirt. Orange Man is good. Yeah, this is one of my wife's shirts. There's a link to our merch store in the description, Brian Shirts. BrianShirts.com. There's a link in the description. This is one of the shirts. This is what my wife's I did. You like this one? Orange Man Good? Everyone thank Florence for that super chat, by the way.
5415 Northwest 15th Street in Margate, and that's just a little north of Coconut Creek Parkway on the east side of 441 State Road 7. Well, Conservative Doug, thanks so much, and I'm glad you got such a great deal on your tires at Friendly Tire in Margate.
This is Dr. Mitchell Matez of the Biostation West Delray. Have you tried to effectively lose weight but failed? Have you worked your tail off trying to build muscle with no result? At the Biostation West Delray, we offer all of the latest treatment modalities, including growth factor and peptide therapies to help promote weight loss, muscle recovery, support cognitive function, improve libido, and more. If you want to get to the root cause of the problem, our medical team can do the job. Call the Biostation West Delray at 561
Orange Man Good.
8893.
Because they say Orange Man bad.
320-8893.
Listen to the Steve Kane Show on iHeartRadio. Just search for WWN.
All right, guys. Welcome back. 20 minutes after the hour. I'm Brian. You're listening to the Steve Kane Show. You know, yesterday, I was telling you guys I was up all night. Since 11:30 at night. The night before last, I fell asleep during Tucker. This was night before last. I fell asleep during Tucker, woke up at 11:30 at night, and I couldn't sleep. And I'm not going to give you, I'm going to give you, I'm going to tell you why now without getting too specific, because I don't need everybody to know all this business. But I got a health issue going on, and I'm not going to tell you what it is or anything. But, and I found out about it, and that's why I went over to any lab test down with Boca and had a whole bunch of blood work done, a whole bunch of lab tests done, and I got the results yesterday right after the show. They sent me a text message and emailed them to me at Any Lab Test Now with Boca. So I got a doctor's appointment today to take care of it, but I know it's tough. It's tough stuff. That's how it goes. But I'll tell you what. Any Lab Test Now with Boca, Any Lab Test Now with Coral Springs, they do great work, and their prices, they guarantee the lowest price on all of their thousands of lab tests. That's right. I mean, and their prices are out of this world low, and I had a whole bunch of lab work done, and I was in and out in 10 minutes. I went in, no appointment, of course, because you don't need one, just walked right in, and 10 minutes later, the test was done, and I got the results yesterday during the show. I just didn't check them because I didn't want to see them until after the show because I got something going on, and I'm not going to tell you guys what it is, but I'm so glad we have them as a sponsor because I am able to take action quickly and it's fast because I got the results quick. So listen, there's lots of Any Lab Test Nows around, but there were only 2 advertising on the Steve Kane Show. So these are the 2 locations you want to use. Any Lab Test Now of Boca, that's the one I used. I went there day before yesterday, right after I got off the air because I had to get this lab work done. I had to get it done quick. I needed the results right away, and I had to do it at a good price too. And they did it all for me. Any Lab Test Now of Boca is located in the Sandalwood Plaza, where the Western Beef is, south of Palmetto Park Road, north of Hillsborough, on the east side of 441 State Road 7. They're open 6 days a week, Monday through Saturday, and the number over there is 561-237-5009. Any Lab Test Now of Coral Springs is located, of course, in Coral Springs on the southeast corner of University Drive in Ramblewood, over by the Coral Square Mall, and their number is 954-906-5983. 954-906-5983. Okay, now, over 120 retired generals and admirals signed this letter questioning the cognitive abilities of Biden. So they're saying he's unfit. And they're right about that. I got 2 things I want to play. The first one is this one. He had a Zoom. He governs by Zoom. He had a Zoom meeting today with some governors. And one of the governors was the governor of New Mexico. Listen to this.
I know Minnesota's great, but it can't be as nice the weather as there is in Mexico now, is it? We got 6 governors with us today, Democrats and Republicans, and they're meeting the moment. Governor Mills of Maine, Governor DeWine of Ohio, Governor Cox of Utah, Governor Walz of Minnesota, Governor Baker of Massachusetts, and Governor Lujan Grisham of Mexico.
Okay. He twice called New Mexico, Mexico. Yesterday. He did it twice. The first time you don't really catch it because he says, oh, Minnesota, because it's cold in Minnesota, but it can't be as nice as Mexico's weather. So he could have been talking, but then when he had the governor on, he referred to the United States as Mexico twice yesterday. Twice yesterday. And I know you'll say that's a slip. I have never, ever heard anyone make the mistake of calling New Mexico, Mexico. Have you? No, never. Until yesterday, when the President of the United States called part of the United States Mexico. Now, was that a mental lapse, or is he thinking about giving all that territory back to Mexico? No, it was a mental lapse. Mental lapse. And the governor didn't even correct him. Could you imagine if Governor DeSantis was there and all of a sudden he called Florida Mexico? You know, Florida used to be part of Spain, used to be part of France, part of England, and of course the Democrat Confederacy. If he called Florida something else, do you think Governor DeSantis would sit there? What if he called New York, York? Do you think Fredo's brother wouldn't correct him? He called part of the United States Mexico twice yesterday. Very bizarre, very strange, mental lapse. And then there was this other one. When he told the press he's not supposed to talk to them. Listen to this.
You guys are bad. I'm not supposed to be answering all these questions. I'm supposed to leave, but I can't resist your questions.
Wow. I'm not supposed to take your questions. I'm supposed to leave. Wow. It's hard for me to say this, and I don't like saying, but this is the President of the United States. He's not supposed to take questions. He's supposed to leave. Who's his boss? Who told him he's not supposed to take questions, that he's supposed to leave? Who's running the show here? Was it Psaki? Was it Obama? Was it someone else? There's a problem here. Yeah, was it Dr. Jill Biden? Someone. Who's running the country? You know, Governor Ron DeSantis, there was some slanderous story which has been debunked that was in the press late last week. It might have been the beginning of this week. I can't remember if it was Monday or late last week. But that noise you're hearing, if it's picking up on my mic, that's a train going by the radio station. I call it the Trump train. In this slander article on DeSantis, they say that he's taking advice from his wife. Well, every husband does that's in a decent marriage. But that's different than this. And they made it like a negative. That's different than this. And then, by the way, DeSantis talked about that in the Newsmax town hall last night with Spicer. He said, well, I did not know this. His wife was a television reporter. And she was a television reporter when they met. And he's kind of new to being on TV all the time, Governor DeSantis. So she does give him advice on how to work on television, which is pretty good. She does give good advice because he does a great job. Did you notice he was wearing cowboy boots last night, Governor DeSantis? I almost called him President DeSantis. Not yet. 2028. I'm not supposed to take questions. I'm supposed to leave. Who is Joe Biden answering to? Any idea? All right, let's take some calls. Our number, toll free, 1-888-GO-CANE-1. You're on the radio. What's your name?
Nita Joy.
Yes.
I wanted to bring up a point about Biden. You know, we must not be so hard on him. You know, he is offering Uber and Lyft rides to be vaccinated.
Yeah.
Did you hear that?
I did see that. Yeah. That's really the least of the things that he's doing.
Did America start providing free health care?
Well, you know, when I look at the state of what Biden has done to this country and what is going on in this country, giving people the Uber and Lyft rides, I'm more concerned that he's giving undocumented illegal aliens free rides for life in this country, as opposed to a $12 Uber ride somewhere. You know what I mean?
Not to mention the hotels.
Well, that's part of the free ride for life. That's part of the free ride for life. They come over, they're illegal, they and their children. They've got free health care, free food because they'll take care of them, free Section 8 housing, free education all the way through college. And they're getting a free ride for life. So it's hard for me to get upset over some ride that's a one-time thing when that's going on. Not to discount what you're saying, but I'm prioritizing my disgust and rage.
One of my dear friends is an immigrant, came here from India, had very little money. They had to gather it together. I think she told me 30 years ago when she entered this country, she came here with $50. Now, she did it the legal way through immigration, and it wasn't easy. It was not an easy ride. But she made a life for herself. And, but that is what America is all about. But we want it to be done justly for all people.
Well, listen, all of us are descendants of immigrants in this country. Even the Indians. The Indians are not indigenous to North America unless they're Inca or Aztec or something. But like the Cherokee and Seminole and all that, they're not indigenous to America. Seminole aren't even indigenous to Florida. So we're all descendant of immigrants, and the immigrants that we're descendant of came over to America for an opportunity, for work, maybe to get some land to work, because the government would give land to people during the settling, But now people are coming over for free crap, and I love Kamala Harris likes to run around and say, well, we got to get to the root cause of why they are coming here. Well, I don't know, those $350 a night hotel rooms you're putting them up in, that sounds like a pretty good reason to get out of your shack down in the third world and come to America, right?
Yeah.
So they're coming here for all the free crap. If you go to the poorest community in America, it's rich compared to where they're coming from. That's why they're coming here, Kamala.
That's true.
You don't have to do a Zoom with the Guatemalan president, who's probably corrupt because it's Guatemala, right? And find out why from him. I can tell you. Just call me here on the radio. We'll talk for a couple minutes. I'll give you the whole solution, Kamala. It's called the Trump plan, the Trump border doctrine.
Don't dare.
Yeah. I was watching on Twitter, the new girl on Newsmax, Pellegrino, that does that show with Cortez at 9 o'clock on Newsmax, and she was flying out of Dallas, and she was on a flight. She took pictures, put them on Twitter. On her flight were undocumented illegal immigrants that the Biden administration had on these flights and was flying them, I don't know, somewhere in America to start a new life. Pretty good deal, huh? I haven't, flying around America, getting set up by the government. What a great deal. Would you rather do that, or would you rather live in some third world mountain village without electricity and running water?
I'm ready to jump the border and try this all over again.
Yeah, if we go to Mexico and come back, do we get a free ride for life too?
Well, that would only be fair, right?
Yeah. All right, appreciate the call. Yeah, listen, let's take our break for the bottom of the hour. 1-888-GO-CANE-1. 888-465-2631. We'll be back right after this. Don't go anywhere. Checked the temperature this morning before I left. The high today is going to be almost 90 degrees here in South Florida. The hot weather, it's already here, and it's only going to get hotter. On the line from Cut My Kilowatts, we have Scott from Cut My Kilowatts. He's going to tell you how he can save you big money on your electric bill.
We're facing the onslaught of summer here, and a lot of people are going to be noticing that, if they haven't noticed already, that their air conditioner is just running nonstop, fighting to keep the house cool. A lot of times the air conditioner can't even keep up with the heat gain. You'll have the temperature set in your house at 74, and you'll look at the thermostat, it'll be at 76 or 77 or even 78.
Yeah.
Even as high as 80. So what we do is cutmykilowatts.com, and we've been doing radio and Bear in South Florida for 10 years. We did Steve Kane's house probably 10 years ago when I first started doing this in South Florida. in the house, lowers the temperature of the attic 30 to 40 degrees, literally cuts the AC runtime in half, and doesn't get a lot of money.
Let's explain to people what radiant barrier is. We have known Scott from Cut My Kilowatts for well over a decade. He's with us every summer here on the Steve Kane Show. In the heat of the summer, the attic, how hot does an attic get during the summer, Scott?
It can get, depending on what kind of roof it has, with a shingle or tile, shingle being the hottest, 140, 150, you even see 160 degrees.
Yeah, and what that does is that 150, 160 degree heat in your attic makes your ceiling hot, and of course your air conditioning ducts are in your ceiling. It heats them. This guy is gone. Who's gone, Eric? Me or you? Work longer, harder, causing your electric bill going up, struggling to keep your house cool. So Scott has the radiant barrier. So tell people what radiant barrier is and how it works.
Radiant barrier is like a big aluminum foil tarp. It goes on the underside
Steve Kane Show.
Below the trusses, so there's an air gap, so it doesn't damage the
Hold
roof.
on.
And it basically just turns the heat wave that comes down off the roof around and pushes it back up out the roof. So it makes your roof function like a white shingle reflective roof. You know, you see those white roofs on people's houses. They put them on because it cuts their electric bill 25-30%. Same thing with radiant barrier. You put it in on the underside of your roof deck. You know, it's like $1 a square foot, and we've even got a special if you spend 2,000 square feet or more, you get an additional $500 off. So, I mean, it's very reasonable. It's very affordable. This time of year, you know, you're getting it for half price, plus you're getting additional money off. We also do traditional insulation, and we do ductwork. So we can do like the complete job in your attic, whatever you need up in your attic. Insulation, ductwork, you know, radiant barrier, we can do the whole package.
Now listen,
we do that for a lot of people.
It's getting hot today. It's going to be about 88, 89 degrees here in South Florida. We're not in the hottest heat of the summer yet. We will be soon. And because of that, Scott, he's offering... I gave up my Apple Watch, and I got this watch for $10 off eBay, an old Casio. Now it's not quite as hot. I hate the Apple Watch. I think the Apple Watch sucks. I want to give you, Scott, from Cut My Kilowatts... I don't like the Apple Watch. You guys like the Apple Watch? If you missed this, it's listed at SteveKaneShow.com. First, you can give Scott a call at 954-939-1500. 954-939-1500. Online, cutmykilowatts.com. And again, listed at SteveKaneShow.com. Scott will save you money on your electric bill this and every summer. All right, Scott from Cut My Kilowatts, have a great day. We will talk later in the week.
The Steve Kane Show.
All right, we're coming back, guys. If you're new here, make sure you subscribe. And everybody watching in the chat, please like the video. That helps get this video recommended to a lot of other people. So like the video, please. And, you know, to like the video, just close out the chat. You'll see the like button. And then reopen the chat. That's all you got to do.
FLA 3782.
Listen to the Steve Kane Show on iHeartRadio. Just search for...
All right, we're back. I was just reading in the Daily Mail, Chicago, the city of Chicago, releases 1,000 feral cats onto its street to deal with the surging rodent problem after Chicago was named the rat capital of the United States for the 6th year running. How about this? Instead of releasing 1,000 feral cats to clean up the rat problem, how about releasing 1,000 armed police officers with no-knock warrants to round up all the gangbangers that have guns illegally in Chicago? How about that? What's a bigger problem for Chicago? Rats? Or the shooting problem they have in Chicago, the gun issue? Yeah, we all know the answer to that. It's the gun problem. All right, you're on the radio. What's your name?
Ron.
Yeah.
This is Big C out of Paris.
Hey, Paris, Texas. What's up?
Speak on things you don't know about.
Oh, well, give me an example of something I'm speaking about that I don't know what I'm talking about in regards to, and then we'll talk. Oh, okay. What do I not know about it? What am I sharing that's inaccurate?
Well, the only thing that accurate you said about it was that they're coming over the border. But why are they coming over the border? You think it's for free stuff? Or
yes.
That it's because they can work at meaningless jobs that get paid cash or get paid minimum wage? Our corporations allow it to happen. They're never punished when they get caught with this.
Well, first of all, that's not true. No, they're coming here for free crap. I mean, you know, if you come to America illegally from the southern border, they set you up. They're right now, they're flying the illegals on commercial flights all over the country, and then they set them up with a place to stay. They take care of the rent, they take care of the utilities, the food, they get their kids in school and everything else. Yeah, that's how it works. What am I not understanding there? And then you're on the welfare train if you choose.
No, you're not. No, they don't get welfare.
Of course they do.
No, they don't.
If they're putting you, right now they're putting people in $350 a night hotel rooms, illegals. That's a form of welfare.
Brian, you'd have to cite that with some.
I don't have to cite anything with you. No, because I'm the one on the radio with the credibility. You're some guy who has some very gay nickname that you call yourself Big C. You know, I mean, my goodness, a country name. Yeah, a Big C means something else. Everybody knows what it means, and it's a shout out to all your brothers, if you know what I mean. But here's the deal, okay? That's a fact. It's been widely reported. You guys can Google this story. I'm not going to fact check me to some guy here on the phone.
Check it. It's to put out the right information.
Well, I'll tell you what. I put out inaccurate information. Why don't you get your own show and you can put out all the accurate information? Oh, really?
2 shows on you.
2 shows on me. Well, those must be the best ones.
Actually, to be honest with you, the last one was.
Oh, okay, good. Oh, good, because it's about me. See, if you're talking about me, you're talking about something interesting.
Yeah, yeah, it is.
Well, if it's about me, it must be interesting. That's a great topic.
Oh,
so this is interesting. So why don't you do your own thing? Why do you have to try to make your way off my clout? You know, why do you have to take my credibility and my reputation to make something out of yourself? You're the Big C. Can't you do it on your own and get all the accurate information out there? Why are you on my coattails? How pathetic of you.
The radio show host who is on Steve McCain's show.
Steve McCain? Who's Steve McCain?
I'm sorry.
You don't even know what you're talking about. That's right. Well, I'm the co-host. Okay.
Ever.
Well, first off, none of that is true, and I'm certainly not going to justify myself to you. But I'll tell you this, excuse me. If you are filled with all the right information and you're the knowledgeable one, why don't you do a show and not go off my coattails and try to build up listeners using my social clout that I built up over the years? Why can't you do it on your own?
Oh no, I've done a lot of shows other than what you.
Yeah, but you said your most listened to show was one about me. So you're trying to use me to be successful? I don't think you're Big C. I think you're Little C. If you were Big C, you'd be able to do it on your own, brother. Oh my goodness. Good morning. You're on the radio. What's your name?
Hey, Brian. It's Andrea.
Hey, Andrea. What's up?
Yeah, I know what's up already. First of all, Mr. Paris, Texas, the big state. Any guy who says that is never the big state.
That is for sure. I can promise you that. It's like, I remember any guy that calls themselves big anything, they got some issues. You know what I mean?
Exactly. He was the one that was supposed to send you the link. Still waiting for that.
Oh, yes, I forgot about that, yeah.
Thirdly, he can't do his own show. And this is why he can't do his own show. A, because he's probably really bad at business. And B, in order to do something creative like a talk show, you have to do research. And liberals are way too lazy to do any type of research. So that's why.
Yeah.
He has to take your idea and run with your show because he not only is he lazy, he's incompetent.
Yeah, yeah.
So
See, no one's interested in him, so he has to take someone who's well known and interesting like me, and try to use my name to make a name for himself.
Well, he's just copying your platform, you know.
Yeah. That's correct. And by the way, this program is our property, and any reproduction of it without permission is not allowed. Just to let you guys know that this program is copyrighted.
Well, maybe you should try to find it.
Well, I'm not a petty person. I'm not a petty person like some, but I'm just sharing with you.
But last night I woke up kind of late at 1:30 in the morning, and they were rerunning Sean Hannity, and I had to shut him off because I can't.
What was he doing last night, Hannity?
He was, every other thing is about Joey having more milk in his sippy cup.
I don't even know what that's about. Who's Joey?
Joe is Joe Biden.
Oh, Joe Biden.
He's trying to be slick. He's trying to be relevant. He looks like an ass. He looks stupid.
Yeah.
He looks ridiculous.
Mm-hmm.
Flipping through the channels, and I watched on Anderson Cooper for a hot minute on CNN. And then I turned on Rachel Maddow. And Rachel Maddow was talking about the gas shortage. And Rachel Maddow let out a little tidbit of information that was not well known on the news yesterday. Did you know Joe Biden signed another executive order about the cyber attack?
No, I didn't. What was it?
She didn't go too deep into this, but she said Joe Biden today signed an executive order about the cyber attacks and what they're going to be doing to surveil cyber attacks and people's social media.
Oh, interesting.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So think about this. 2 pipelines have been shut down under Biden. This one in Keystone.
And
that might be a record.
For nothing, Whitmer tried to shut down another one to make everything worse yesterday.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's just what you want. Yeah. Let's just shut down all the gas. Yeah.
Yeah. Let's just shut it all down. Shut it all down.
Gasoline. Oil is a completely natural product. It's made by the earth. And it's not a finite resource. It is infinite. The earth actually makes oil. It's manufactured deep beneath the earth, and the earth makes it. It doesn't come from dinosaurs and plants and dinosaurs. It's not a fossil fuel. And it is infinite, and oil is all natural, and it's one of God's great gifts to the world.
Brian, and I agree with you 100%. But you are dealing with people who are pushing an agenda, and so much so that I forget who she is. I don't know. She's Biden's energy secretary. She came on one of the mainstream media channels yesterday and openly mocked the fact that the majority of the country was in a gas shortage. And she said something to the effect of, who's not having these problems? People with Teslas.
Well, I can't afford a Tesla. I'd like to have a Tesla. I like that SUV Tesla, but it's like $100,000. I've sat in it at the mall. I'd love to have it, but I can't afford a $100,000 car.
The maintenance.
And by the way, the Tesla, where does the electricity come? Coal-fired plant, an oil plant, a nuclear plant. The same thing generates that electricity as well. And if we all drove Teslas, the energy grid would collapse because it couldn't handle that type of usage coming from people.
But so now let's think about this. So now Texas has experienced an energy problem. We've now experienced a gas problem. And Joe Biden pretty much gave the keys to our energy grid to China.
Yeah, that's right.
How much longer
do Americans think that it's going to be before China disables the energy grid?
Yeah, exactly.
Sure.
Exactly. And, this thing, just one last thing before we break it. So, yeah, I saw this. Who was that, the energy secretary that was praising the Teslas yesterday? That lady, who was she?
The blonde. I can't remember her.
I saw her do this. I don't know what her job is. By the way, where's the transportation secretary, Mayor Pete, during this transportation crisis? But, the thing about the Tesla, I thought the liberals hated Elon Musk. These comedians on Saturday Night Live are like going to boycott and everything. So is Elon Musk good with the left or bad with the left?
Well, Elon, they can't control him, right? So that's like when it...
So I'm a little confused by this. Hey, listen, I gotta take a break. Thanks for the call. It is 10 before 7. If you're on hold, stand by. I'm Brian Craig. This is the Steve Kane Show. We'll be back right after this.
Hi, my name is Tom Laporta, the owner of Laporta Contracting, Roofing, and Restoration. We have been in the roofing and construction industry since 1982. We are state of Florida certified roofing and general contractors, focusing on residential and commercial roofing, impact windows, and building restoration. If you have noticed any water stains on your ceiling, or if your roof is older than 15 years, you will want to call us to come out and evaluate your roof. Our services run from minor repairs to complete new roof systems. We install every kind of roof.
My allergies are killing me this morning. I'm going to sneeze.
Clay or concrete tiles, standing metal seam, wood shakes, and slate tile systems. Hurricane season is right around the corner.
Sorry guys, because I got my mic right here.
A short period of time to make sure your roof and home is ready for the 2021 hurricane season. So don't delay and call us at 954-604-4602 for a free home inspection and estimate. Our website is www.laportacontracting.com, where you will find our latest video and live testimonials from a few of our past clients. Our number again is 954-604-4602.
If you suffer with diabetes, did you know there's a 25% chance that you will develop a foot ulcer at some point in your life? And foot ulcers, when you have diabetes, can lead to severe health consequences, up to and including amputation.
My allergies are killing me because my cat Sagwa is sick, so she's sleeping in the bed with me and my wife, and I'm allergic to cats. So I woke up today, and the cat was sleeping right next to my head on the My Pillow all night long, and it's killing my allergies.
Especially for diabetics. You're probably not aware, but as a diabetic Medicare recipient, you are entitled to one pair of high-quality diabetic shoes with 3 custom inserts per year. These are not the ugly Frankenstein shoes. These are name-brand shoes. They're stylish. They'll provide you with the extra width and extra depth to stop diabetic foot problems before they begin. Oftentimes, amputation due to diabetes is preventable, and one of the preventable measures that is most effective is...
I'm very allergic to
Call
cats.
the Sole Authority at
Especially when they sleep next to my head on my pillow.
7060.
I don't take allergy pills because they make me tired. I've tried them all.
SOLE Authority.com. Tell them Steve Kane sent you.
Listen to the Steve Kane Show on iHeartRadio. Just search for www.
All right, 7 before 7. I'm Brian. You're listening to the Steve Kane Radio Show. Good morning. You're on the radio. What's your name?
This is me.
Sounds like you.
Okay, yeah, sweet. I didn't think I'd actually get on here. How you doing?
I'm doing all right. What's your name?
My name is Paul Miller.
Okay, Paul. What's on your mind?
Actually, Paul Miller is not my name.
I don't know, but is this supposed to be a crank call? If so, just get to the punchline, because your delivery is not too well. I have no idea. Okay.
A Florida native that was arrested by the Anti-Defamation League.
Oh, the Anti-Defamation League arrest people? I didn't know they had police powers.
Right. Yeah. So he's.
Okay, why are you... listen. I don't know what your bizarre thing is all about. You called me. I didn't call you. I assume... Are you listening to the program?
Yeah.
Okay, so if you're listening, I know, and you're trying to disguise your voice and everything, you know. I know, it's your real voice. I know. I assume if you're listening to the program, you must have something to comment based on what I'm talking about, right? What was I talking about when you picked up the phone and called me?
Big C.
Yeah. What are you? His friend? His roommate? Oh my goodness. Good morning. You're on the radio. Oh. Yes, you're on the air. Go ahead. What's your name?
Thomas in Boca.
Hey, Thomas. What's up?
How you doing? The Cumberland Farms, I know what you're talking about. I know the manager there very well. He gets one truck a day, and they're not going to change their schedule. He said he sold out in record time, and then last night at 11 o'clock, he told people it was coming in again with more gas. At 10:30, they started lining up. And
well, I actually drove by there this morning at about 4:45, and there was a truck filling up at the one I was at. So I don't, in the morning. So I don't know.
It probably gets in the morning also, but
and then I went to the gas station across the street. They were out of diesel and said they were soon to run out of the other grades as well. Yeah, I've never seen. I haven't seen gas stations sell out this fast with the hurricanes.
Right. Well, just imagine if we didn't have that pipeline that shut down, how many trucks would have to be on the road, and the environmental issue with that. If they started trucking the stuff, I mean, what about the environmentalists then? They would probably go nuts. We didn't have that the pipe.
Well, the safest way to transport oil and gas is through pipeline, and the reason that Obama and Biden opposed it is because most of the rail which is the primary source of transporting oil and gas to this country, is owned by one of their supporters. Which one is it? I've forgotten which one it is. But one of the big Obama supporters owns a huge percentage of the rail that transports all the fuel.
Right, I've heard that before. But just imagine this system was hacked. Imagine if they really should get to the bottom, because in the future the same people could hack an election. We never know what could happen. I mean, if it's simple to a pipeline, imagine what they could do to elections.
See, Democrats don't believe in anything. Democrats. I'm not talking about voters, okay? I'm talking about the politicians, the elected officials. Democrats are concerned with one thing and one thing only. Do you know what that is?
Money.
Yeah, well, themselves getting rich. Yeah, selling out. They're all the Democrat Party. They're all corrupt public officials, and they're all selling out. Most of the time, it's to donors, because donors, they donate the maximum allowed by law, and then they pay them back in earmarks in the government bills. It's a legal form of money laundering, really, in effect. And then they also are, they all have their family members working for companies with these fake jobs that they get these huge salaries for, and stock options and everything else. The Democrat Party is a legal organized criminal organization, although it's legal. Corrupt. That's all. Everything they do is about their personal wealth. That's why they're all rich. And there's some people that come in, like the Squad, they're radical activists. But that's an exception to the rule, And they'll all be rich too if they're not already. They just haven't been there long enough. And that's the way it is.
The Biden family, the crime family, we should call it, this is their last hurrah in order to make money, because once he's out of office, they won't have that chance, I'm sure.
Yeah, it's just like the Clintons. The Clinton Foundation. They're not making any money anymore because they don't have any offices to sell any longer. And that's what they did. But so the Democrats are not into green stuff. They're not environmentalists. They don't care about gun control. They don't care about tobacco. They don't care about marijuana. They don't care about any of these things. They're all in office to get rich. And you know what? It works. They rarely will you meet a poor Democrat that holds office. Good morning.
Massachusetts.
Hey, Rick. Oh, by the way, Warren Buffett, thank you very much. PJ Gladnick from Newsbusters sent me a text. I was having we used to call them senior moments, but now we call them Biden moments. Yeah, Warren Buffett owns a huge...
from
them that he's invested in?
He owns about, now this may have changed, it may be higher now, but when Obama was president, he owned 20% of the rail where the oil and gas was being transported on. So he doesn't want, he's a big Obama donor, big Biden donor, so they don't want that to go to a pipeline. They lose their rail business. Anyway, what's the reason for your call?
Oh, yeah, it was just to talk about that, and we had a disaster up here with, not right here where we are in Massachusetts, but up in Quebec. I don't know if you remember that a couple of years ago, where one of those trains derailed and caused a huge fire up there in Quebec.
No, I don't know. The thing about, pipelines are safe as hell. I mean, when I was a kid, in the 70s, the Alaskan pipeline, the liberals hated the Alaskan pipeline. How dangerous it would be for the environment. Not only has there never been a spill from the Alaskan pipeline, well, yeah, that's what I was going to get to. What they found with the Alaskan pipeline, which has been 100% safe since it's been put in service, no spills have come from it, is that it wasn't against the environment, that actually the natural wildlife love it, and they nest and live around and under the pipeline and raise their young there because the oil in the pipeline, I didn't realize this, is hot, and it generates heat for the wildlife.
Locally here in Portland, Maine, there's a pipeline that runs up through Vermont. A friend of mine lives up there, and he said, Rick, if there's the slightest pressure loss, there's a whole crew shows up here, almost in his backyard, and they take care of it. There's never been a drop of oil on the ground, he told me. He's never seen.
It's completely safe. On the other hand, I mean, I've seen derailed trains. If you ride trains enough, you'll see a derailed freight train here and there. It is a mess. It happens. I mean, it's more dangerous. It's inefficient, and I got to time my drive into work every morning to beat the damn train. The Tri-Rail, and then I got to go over Dixie Highway where they have the damn freight trains in the morning. And if I'm 1 minute late, it just messes up everything. I was today. I was just 2 minutes behind my normal schedule. I got caught by the damn train. And a mile-long train, and then there's a line at Starbucks that wouldn't be there if I made it, I mean, trains are a nuisance. They're a nuisance. And by the way, all that money, have any of you ever taken Amtrak? Oh, my goodness. Oh, it smells like pee.
Okay, but in recent history now.
It smells like pee, Amtrak. It's disgusting.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, that's the liberals. Hey, listen, appreciate the call. All right, listen, we'll take our break for the top of the hour. It's 7:01. I'm Brian. You're listening to The Steve Kane Show, Florida's longest-running radio show on the radio since 1977. Our number, toll-free, 1-888-GO-KANE-1. 888-465-2631. We'll be right back after this.
You covered AM 1470, FM 95.3, 96.9. South Florida's FM Money Talk Radio Network, WWNN, Pompano Beach.
Now that things are opening up again, employers are hiring. Need a drug test before your job interview? Stop by Any Lab Test Now of Boca or Any Lab Test Now of Coral Springs and get tested. No doctor's order needed. No appointment.
This channel cancels people with different opinions? Not at all. I'm not canceling anybody.
They offer the lowest prices on all their thousands of lab tests. Any Lab Test Now of Boca is located in the Sandalwood Plaza, where the Western Beef is, south of Palmetto Park Road and north of Hillsborough, on the east side of 441 State Road 7. Call 561-237-5009. Any Lab Test Now of Coral Springs is located on the southeast corner of University Drive in Ramblewood, near the Coral Square Mall in Coral Springs. Call 954-906-5983. Make sure to tell them you heard about them on the Steve Kane Show.
Hello, I'm Mike Lindell, and I'm excited to announce my new product, My Slippers. They took me over 2 years to develop because I didn't want just an ordinary slipper. My slippers are meant to be worn all day long, no matter what you're doing, whether you're inside or outside. My slippers come with an exclusive 3-tier cushioning system that you won't find in any other slipper. It combines 2 layers of foam, including my proprietary My Pillow foam and a patented impact gel made from U.S. soybeans. My 3-tier cushioning system is going to help relieve pressure points, provide that micro support you need for all-day comfort, and help prevent fatigue. Not only that, my slippers are made with high-quality leather and a premium indoor-outdoor sole that make them extremely durable. I personally guarantee they're going to be the most comfortable slippers you'll ever own.
And right now, save 40% off the MyPillow My Slippers when you use the promo code KANE, K-A-N-E, at checkout at MyPillow.com or call 1-800-716-4879. 1-800-716-4879. Promo code KANE, K-A-N-E, at checkout. This is Brian Craig. I've been telling you about the great deals and incredible customer service at Friendly Tire on both new tires and used tires. One of our listeners, Antonio, went to Friendly Tire and called to share with us his experience of buying used tires at Friendly Tire in Margate.
Good morning, you're on the radio.
Hey, yes, Brian, I want to give you a quick testimony about the tire place up in Margate, Friendly Tire. Friendly Tire is everything you said it would be, man. I went up there and got me some used tires, and when I went up there, man, he was very courteous. My whole family's going for now, man. Everything you said it was going to be, man. I appreciate you for that, man. And Mike's a great guy, man.
Well, what's your name?
Antonio.
All right, Antonio. Hey, I'm glad we could save you and your family lots of money on tires at Friendly Tire.
Oh, no doubt, man. Thanks so much, man.
Do what Antonio did. Stop into Friendly Tire and find incredible deals on both new and used tires. Give Friendly Mike a call right now. 954-977-9445. 954-977-9445. And Mike will give you a quote right over the phone. 954-977-9445 for Friendly Tire in Margate.
The Steve Kane Show is brought to you by Attorney Barry Siegel at the Siegel Law Group. Are you concerned with the distribution of your assets at the time of your passing? Avoid probate. Call the Siegel Law Group with 9 offices throughout South Florida, from Palm Beach Gardens to Palm Gardens. Call toll-free.
See, one of the problems liberals have is they confuse opinions with facts, right? Opinions are not necessarily facts. They can be factual, but not necessarily. And if you disagree with them, you're a liar. My allergies are bothering me, and the damn AC just popped on. They keep it at about 60 degrees in here because of all the radio equipment so hot. All right, hour number 2 has begun 6 minutes after the hour. My name is Brian Craig. You are listening to Florida's longest-running radio show, The Steve Kane Show, on the radio since 1977. I'll take a call or two, then I'll recap some of the topics from hour number 1 and bring up some new things. If you'd like to call in, our number 1-888-GO-KANE, 1-888-465-2631. Good morning, you're on the air.
Yes, this is Daniel.
Yes, Daniel, what's on your mind?
As far as a few callers back, the Energy Secretary was Jennifer Granholm.
Oh. Okay. Well, you know, my idea, if I were president, right, and I were hiring an energy secretary, one of the qualifications would be that they're not against energy, right? You know, so when you have energy, and when you have an energy secretary that's against energy, it's kind of hard for them to oversee something that they're opposed to. I know they got some newfangled science fiction stuff they're into. You know, some drop of water that can power a whole city or something, you know, like in some science fiction movie. But if you're against the energy, how can you be that's like appointing Andrew Jackson to be the Secretary of the Department of Indian Affairs. You can't appoint someone that's against the Indians to head up the department. Or the Veterans Administration. If I went and found some anti-military person that hated the military and hated veterans, would I make them the Veterans Secretary? It's stupid.
You might put him in a veteran.
I don't know if I should be dumping what you're saying or not. It's all mumbles.
If the Veterans Affairs person was an actual veteran.
Yeah, that would be better. But, what I'm telling you is, though, the point I'm making is Biden I don't know who Biden's energy secretary is. Whoever it is, I'm sure they're an idiot. Biden appointed him. But the Biden administration is against the forms of energy that power the planet, and the United States is part of that planet. So you cannot have, like, for example, if you were at the NAACP and you were looking for a new leader of the NAACP, would you pick a racist, white supremacist Klansman who hates black people to run the NAACP? Of course you would. That's stupid. So when you're looking for an energy secretary, why would you appoint someone who's against oil, which powers the civilization?
Right, and the thing is that the pipeline the first pipeline they shut down was above ground, and I realized, they shut down the what is it called, fifth pipeline coming through the states in the back of them, but that one goes under the water.
Yeah.
The one that was going around was above ground.
Okay, listen, liberals don't like pipelines that have oil in them that are above ground, underground, in the air, underwater, in space. They just don't like oil because all their friends and donors are into the newfangled green crap that doesn't work. Right? Yeah. So that's what it's all about.
Yeah, but anyway, thanks.
All right, take care. All right, now did you guys catch the great governor of Florida last night on Newsmax TV? You know what I'm talking about? Governor Ron DeSantis, that's right. What a great town hall that was. He's a great guy, perfect. And he was also on Ingram the other night. Governor Ron DeSantis, listen to this, this is in the Daily Mail. Governor Ron DeSantis will pardon all Floridians being prosecuted for failing to wear masks or socially distance, as he surprises a couple on Fox News with the announcement after they were arrested. They were arrested for not enforcing COVID rules at their gym. This is crazy. Ron DeSantis appeared on Fox News to make the announcement. He was flanked by Mike and Jillian Carnevale, gym owners from Plantation, Florida. I used to live in Plantation, who were repeatedly arrested for refusing to enforce a mask mandate. The state itself didn't have mask mandates, as DeSantis spoke strongly against them throughout the height of the pandemic, but individual counties and municipalities did have them, despite Governor DeSantis not having a statewide one. Now people who have been charged or cited or face trouble with the law from the local rules will have their slates wiped clean, DeSantis said. Mike Carnevale was first arrested on July 27th for what their supporters in a GoFundMe page to pay their legal costs described as taking a stand for the health and freedom of his community and country. He was arrested twice more, August 6th and 7th, for not enforcing facial coverings during strenuous exercise. His wife, Jillian, was also arrested August 7th for not making people wear masks in their private gym. Are you kidding me? The couple will be granted clemency, DeSantis said, describing the punishment as a total overreach, and the same deal will be granted to everyone in the state of Florida. He said this. He told them live on... See, there's a process here. He just can't do it with a snap of his fingers. Governor DeSantis said this. I'm glad you have Mike and Jillian on. He said this to Laura Ingram. And I'm also glad to be able to say that effective tomorrow morning, I'm going to sign a reprieve under my constitutional authority. That will delay the case for 60 days against both of them. Then, when our clemency board meets in the coming weeks, we will issue pardons, not only for Mike and Jillian, but for any Floridian that may have outstanding infractions for things like masks and social distancing. Governor DeSantis earlier this month lifted all the state's remaining COVID rules, saying the state is no longer in a state of emergency. That is just, that's amazing. In Miami-Dade County alone, there were 1,882 citations issued, totaling $760,600. Another 215 citations, totaling $109,000, were issued by the Miami-Dade Fire Rescue Department, comprising 45% of the $1.9 million in fines for such offenses statewide. Oh, my goodness. Or in the county, I should say. In Naples, I'm sorry, guys, I have my allergies are killing me this morning. My cat, I'm allergic to cats, and my cat, I woke up this morning, I was telling everybody on YouTube about this earlier during a commercial break. I woke up this morning and my cat was sleeping next to my head on my MyPillow. And I'm allergic to cats, and it's killing my allergies this morning. Let's see here. In Naples, Florida, 3,996 mask and social distancing citations were issued, totaling $789,762 in fines. That's crazy. That's crazy. I didn't realize people were really phased. I knew about the gym owners, but I thought that was unusual. Overall, 52 out of 67 counties and 212 out of more than 400 municipalities responded to this reporter's inquiries on how many fines they levy. Well, anyway, Ron DeSantis is pardoning everyone. Everything's going to be wiped clean. And I watched him last night on the Sean Spicer Newsmax TV town hall. And I will tell you, Ron DeSantis, and this is saying a lot. I've seen a lot of town halls. Next to President Trump, of course, who's perfect. That was the most competent man I've ever seen that holds elected office. I've never seen a man as competent as Ron DeSantis hold elective office next to President Trump. But he's a close second. He's almost President Trump's equal. And I was so impressed with him last night. Those of you that saw Governor DeSantis on Newsmax, I'd love to hear your thoughts on it. At 1-888-GO-CANE-1. And I'll tell you another thing. It was at the Villages, which is the largest senior community in Florida. And there's a very big change among Florida seniors. And I'm not 100% sure why this is. I have some suspicions. But the Villages is where all the politicians have to go and kiss the ring for the votes. Big voting block up there in the Villages. And I cannot see myself ever living in the Villages. The area of Florida that it is in has the worst weather. It's far from the beach. It's one of the hottest, muggiest, most humid parts of the state. It's just not for me. But anyway, they say it's great up there. But it used to be years ago that Century Village here in South Florida, in Broward County, was the heart of the senior voting bloc, and that no one even talks or visits Century Village anymore. And it was a Democrat senior community then. There's been a big change among American seniors, and you see it here in Florida. Seniors, it used to be just taken for granted that they were liberal Democrats. Now, more and more of them, and it seems the majority here in Florida, are conservative Republicans. Why do you think that is? Why do you think that is? 1-888-GO-CANE-1. All right, let's go back to the phones. You're on the radio. Good morning.
Morning, Brian. What's up?
Not much. What's up with you?
Nah, not much. Hey, the answer to your question is Warren Buffett. He owns...
Yes, that's right. Yeah, I got that one early, but I appreciate it. Yeah, Warren Buffett, the big Democrat donor. Yeah, that's why that's why the Democrats are against pipelines, because Warren Buffett owns a huge chunk of the railroads that transport the oil and the gas, and he doesn't want pipelines because it takes business away from him. So the Democrat presidents and Congress people come out and pretend to be environmentalists when they're just doing a favor for Warren Buffett. Correct.
One of the richest men in the world doesn't make any money.
Well, why doesn't he just get into the pipe? Well, listen, if the Democrats were honest about it, it'd be one thing, but they come up from up high. Well, we're concerned about the environment. I mean, this White House official yesterday who laughed about the gas crisis this week and said, well, people that drive electric car Teslas, they don't have a problem. Well, not everybody has $100,000 to lay down on a car.
Exactly.
I mean, I have sat in that Tesla SUV, and it is really cool. I would love to have that Tesla SUV, but I can't afford it.
Yeah, they are. They're too expensive. Put too much onus on the American people. We people don't believe Biden's not going to raise our taxes. Are you kidding me? Is your gas gone up over $1 over the past 3 months?
Well, when I got gas, when I topped off my tank yesterday, gas is $1 more than it was on Trump's last day. And on Trump's last day in office, I went to Mar-a-Lago, but I went to the gas station on my way, and I took note of the gas price because it was President Trump's last day. It was $1.99 a gallon. And it's $1 more now.
Now, I'm up in Jersey, so in December, we were at $1.99 a gallon. And then Murphy, our governor, decided to, well, it's only $1.99 a gallon. People used to pay him $2.50, $2.55, so I'm going to raise the gas tax 50 cents over the next 2 months.
Oh, wow. What state are you in?
What's that?
What's Jersey? You got a dim governor. Well, here's the thing. Here's the thing, okay? Now, this is a big secret. The oil companies like the Democrats. They support the Democrats because the Democrats are the ones that drive the price of the oil up. The oil companies don't like $1.99 gas.
They don't make nothing on it.
That's correct. The oil companies like the Democrats more than the Republicans. People don't realize that because they think that what Democrats are doing is they're doing the bidding of the oil companies by driving the price up. Same thing as I was talking about this the other day. The gun manufacturers love the Democrats. The gun makers, even a lot of the gun store owners, they won't openly admit this, but I know they like the Democrats too because that's when gun sales increase. When Democrats are in office. I mean, I bought a new Glock last month for my birthday, a Glock 48, which I got to tell you something. This Glock 48 I have is the first semi-automatic weapon I've owned. Handgun. I've always bought revolvers. Always had revolvers. It's the best handgun I've ever had. It's absolutely amazing, and that Glock 48 is thin. It doesn't have the double mag. It only holds 10 rounds, but it's light, it's accurate, and it's awesome. I should have gone Glock a long time ago, but anyway, my wife wanted me to get another gun for home protection, and I like revolvers. For home protection, I got a 38 I really like, and my wife thought the trigger was a little too heavy on the revolvers for her. So she wanted to get something that was a little easier on the trigger finger for her. So, that's why I went Glock, semi-auto, a little easier on the trigger finger than the older revolvers. So anyway, I went to the biggest gun store in town. They hardly had any guns. It was empty. And I went to a couple gun shops. They had nothing. And the guns are selling as fast as they come in. And I found one up the street here from the radio station, a very good gun shop. And I might invite the guy in sometime. And he had just gotten a shipment of the Glocks in the 48s, and I bought one right there on the spot. And gun and ammo is in short supply because it's that way every time the Democrats are in office. So the point of the story is the gun people, the gun manufacturers, the gun store guys, and the oil companies, they like Democrats more than they will ever tell you because their business is best when the Democrats are threatening the oil and threatening the guns.
Well, I told my wife, I said, this seems like it's their takeover. It started with the medical, with Obama and Obamacare and all that. They started with that takeover, and then this time around now it's with the electrical, our basic overall health as a country with COVID. I mean,
well, you say this. The Democrats are only about being in power and making money for themselves. Biden, during the Democrat primaries for the 2008 election, Biden was going up against Obama, okay? And Obama was a big gun control guy. Obama was a big gun control guy, and Biden was a pro-gun Democrat. He said, and you might be able to find this on YouTube. I used to have this soundbite. I'll see if I can find it again. He said, this is what Biden said publicly. He had some Beretta rifles. Okay, he said if Biden tries to take my Berettas, he's gonna. Biden said if Obama tries to take my Berettas, he's gonna have a problem. So he was a pro Second Amendment guy, Biden. Now he's a gun grabber. And he was the gun-grabbing czar for Obama. So, they don't stand for anything. They only stand for doing what they got to do to get paid. All right, take care, man. Thanks for the call. It is, 22 minutes after the hour. I am 7 minutes late for the break. We'll take our break. We'll be back. You're listening to The Steve Kane Show. I'm Brian Craig. Our number toll-free, 1-888-GO-KANE 1-888-465-2631. We'll be back right after this. Don't go anywhere.
Hey guys, Brian Craig here. Here on the Steve Kane Show, we love hearing from our listeners talk about their great experiences with our sponsors. Here's Rebecca talking about the MyPillow.
Good morning, you're on the radio. What's your name?
Rebecca.
Hey, Rebecca.
Good morning. I just wanted to know, Steve and Brian, that I've been listening to you. I'm 57 years old. I've been listening to you since I'm 21.
Wow.
Just so you know, and this is my first time calling. I ordered my pillow, and let me tell you, I thought it was just a, marketing tool saying that you sleep better at night. Oh my God. I'm here to attest that it is the truth. I sleep so much better.
Yeah, somebody mentioned in 1911. I was going to buy a 1911, and I went and looked at some at the gun show, and I thought the 1911's a little heavy.
This has really made a difference.
Listen to Rebecca.
And that was unloaded.
And use the promo code Kane at
I might still buy a 1911.
and have the best night's sleep.
At 1911 is, for those that don't know,
Great products that you'll find there. Promo code Kane, Kane, at mypillow.com.
1911s are like the guns you see John Wayne give in the war movies. The sidearm that soldiers wear in the old movies. That's why a lot of people like them.
The American Rescue Plan Act of 2021, the government has increased the subsidies available to people buying insurance through the marketplace. In fact, even people making over 400% of the federal poverty level can get insurance now and not pay more than 8.5% of their income. There's talk of people currently paying less than $100 per month, and you could possibly pay $0 per month with these new changes. It doesn't cost anything to check, but everyone must take action. The special election period will end, but the sooner you take action, the sooner you can start saving money. Call Dan. I Will Advisors, 954-753-8080. 954-753-8080.
I gotta turn the air conditioning up. It's too cold. All right, 25 minutes after the hour. My name is Brian. You're listening to the Steve Kane Radio Show. So there's a war going on right now in Israel, in the Middle East. I mean, that's just the way it is. There's no gearing up for war. It's a war, and this is a bad one. It's really a bad one because Netanyahu, the Israelis, I mean, they're just not. They're not going to put up with this, and there's a major offensive action that's going to be taking place. And I was watching some of the footage in Israel yesterday, and it's scary. I mean, it's a war. I saw one high-rise building just boom, get bombed and collapse. Did you guys see that yesterday? It's rough over there. It's rough, and Israel right now is a nation alone. Israel's closest and most important ally is the United States, and we have an anti-Semitic administration right now. The administration didn't even want Israel, the U.S. Embassy in Israel, to be in Israel's capital, Jerusalem. Where was it before? Tel Aviv? I mean, think about this. This would be like if Israel said, Washington, the District of Columbia, is disputed Indian territory. We're not going to put our Israeli embassy in the United States in Washington, D.C. We're gonna put it in Cleveland. We're deciding Cleveland is your capital. Who would put up with that crap, right? Well, that's what, we have an anti-Semitic administration right now. So Israel is a nation alone in a war. And Kamala Harris's anti-Semitic niece, listen to this. Kamala Harris has a niece, Mina, who is very outspoken, wannabe social media influencer. Kamala Harris's niece, this is in the Daily Mail, has raised eyebrows with an Instagram post urging people who care about LGBT rights and women's issues to defend Palestine. Now, why would LGBT people defend what's the Palestinian position on gays and transgenders and all of that? In fact, when it comes to gay rights and transgendered rights, you would find in Palestinian areas and Muslim countries the most oppressive discrimination against this group of people. So I don't know what Kamala Harris's niece Mina is doing. Mina Harris, a 36-year-old lawyer and businesswoman who has the mind of a child, on Wednesday night shared her opinions, reposting a widely shared image discussing the ongoing conflict between Israel and Palestine. Kamala Harris has, in the 4 months since her mother's sister became vice president, managed several times to ruffle feathers at the White House. It goes on and on and on. She went on to say, urging people to fight Palestinian oppression by Israel. They attacked Israel. We have an anti-Semitic, an anti-Israel government running America right now. And still Israel is doing the right thing and defending themselves after they were attacked. And, you know, this is why the attack happened. Because the enemies of Israel know that America isn't with Israel right now. They know Israel is alone. Now, on the other hand, Wonder Woman, Gal Gadot, she's the actress that plays Wonder Woman, and she's Israeli. So, of course, she's on the right side of the issue. Kamala Harris, with the anti-Semitic niece, and Biden, all these anti-Israeli people running the government, you know, but Wonder Woman's on Israel's side, Gal Gadot. Listen to this. This is crazy. Gal Gadot, the actress who plays Wonder Woman, can't even express worry for her friends and family in Israel, as that is being attacked by the left. Gadot, the Israeli-born actress who has become a huge star as playing Wonder Woman, took to Twitter to talk about her fears for her home country as it's currently being bombarded by rockets from the Palestinian terror group Hamas. Because radical leftists on Twitter hate Israel about as much as they hate America, they called out Wonder Woman for showing even the slightest bit of sympathy for her family and her family's home. In a post, Gal Gadot, Wonder Woman, said, quote, "My heart breaks. My country is at war. I worry for my family, my friends. I worry for my people." That's all she said. Right there. That's her first thing. So she didn't even take a position other than she doesn't want people to die. Right? As the Hamas rockets are hitting. Gal Gadot went on to say, "This is a vicious cycle that has gone on far too long." Anyone disagree with that the violence in the Middle East has gone on way too long? Gal Gadot went on to say, "Israel deserves to live as a free and safe nation. Our neighbors deserve the same." So she's defending at one time, which was controversial, the two-state solution. I pray for the victims and their families. I pray for this unimaginable hostility to end. See, she's praying for both sides. She's talking about deaths on both sides she doesn't want to happen. I pray for our leaders to find the solution so we could live side by side. I pray for better days. So she is, Gal Gadot is coming out and supporting not just peace, but a two-state solution. Well, she's under attack. A mentally blanked up woman, they're saying this on Twitter, contemplating on what to watch and what to write half the time, blasted Gadot. And it goes on and on. But Gal Gadot is under major attack now on Twitter. The cancel culture is after Gal Gadot for defending both sides, even though she's Israeli. You can't win with the left in this Twitter mob. You know, this Twitter mob is one of the most destructive forces in American society today. Most of the Twitter mob are a bunch of losers who live off of mommy and daddy and spend their days playing video games online and watching TikTok videos. Most of them are so lazy, they don't even make TikTok videos. They just watch them. And they bully people. They bully people. And the Democrats bend the knee to them all. All right, listen, we're going to take our break for the bottom of the hour. Our number toll-free, 1-888-GO-CANE-1. 888-465-2631. My name is Brian Craig. You're listening to Florida's longest-running radio show, The Steve Kane Show, on the radio since 1977. Our number toll-free, again, 1-888-465-2631. We'll be back after this. Don't go anywhere.
You covered AM 1470, FM 95.3, 96.9. South Florida's FM Money Talk Radio Network, WWNN, Pompano Beach.
This is Lori Kane, and I want to tell you about Brighton Dental Care. I just had a lot of work done, and I avoided going to the dentist for a lot of years because I was afraid of the cost. But I went to Brighton Dental for my free consultation, which, by the way, he offers to all Steve Kane listeners. I had 2 cavities, I needed a crown on top and a crown on the bottom. If I were a horse, they would have put me down. So I scheduled my appointment for the next Saturday because Brighton Dental has Saturday appointments available, and they saved me a ton of money. And I will be a patient for life. Don't let cost stop you from taking care of your teeth. Brighton Dental gives Steve Kane listeners incredible discounts on all dental procedures, just like they gave me. Prices are so reasonable, you don't have to worry about the cost. So call Brighton Dental today at 954-922-4633. That's 954-922-4633. You can visit them at brightondental.com and tell them Lori Kane sent you.
This is Brian Craig. I've been telling you about the great deals and incredible customer service at Friendly Tire on both new tires and used tires. One of our listeners, Antonio, went to Friendly Tire and called to share with us his experience of buying used tires at Friendly Tire in Margate.
Good morning, you're on the radio.
Hey, yes, Brian, I want to give you a quick testimony about the tire place up in Margate, Friendly Tire. Friendly Tire is everything you said it would be, man. I went up there and got me some used tires, and when I went up there, man, he was very courteous. My whole family's going for now, man. Everything you said it was going to be, man. I appreciate you for that, man. And Mike's a great guy, man.
Well, what's your name?
Antonio.
All right, Antonio. Hey, I'm glad we can save you and your family lots of money on tires at Friendly Tire.
Oh, no doubt, man. Thanks so much, man.
Do what Antonio did. Stop into Friendly Tire and find incredible deals on both new and used tires. Give Friendly Mike a call right now. 954-977-9445. 954-977-9445. And Mike will give you a quote right over the phone. 954-977-9445 for Friendly Tire in Margate. Have you gone without insurance through the Affordable Care Act because you thought you couldn't afford it? The times are changing. I have exciting news to share with you from I Will Advisors. With the signing of the American Rescue Plan Act of 2021, the government has increased the subsidies available to people buying insurance through the marketplace. In fact, even people making over 400% of the federal poverty level can get insurance now and not pay more than 8.5% of their income. There's talk of people currently paying less than $100 per month, and you could possibly pay $0 per month with these new changes. It doesn't cost anything to check, but everyone must take action. This special election period will end, but the sooner you take action, the sooner you can start saving money. Call Dan at I Will Advisors, 954-753-8080. 954-753-8080.
The Steve Kane Show is brought to you by Attorney Barry Siegel at the Siegel Law Group. Are you concerned with the distribution of your assets at the time of your passing? Avoid probate. Call the Siegel Law Group with 9 offices throughout South Florida, from Palm Beach Gardens to Coral Gables. Call toll-free 1-855-FLA-3782.
Listen to the Steve Kane Show on iHeartRadio. Just search for WW.
All right, welcome back. 36 minutes after the hour. My name is Brian. You're listening to Florida's longest-running radio show, The Steve Kane Show, on the radio since 1977. You know, I started the show at 6, celebrating. President Trump had 2 major victories yesterday. Major victories, both in Washington. And, of course, the first one is getting rid of Liz Cheney from the leadership position in the Republican Party. That was a huge victory. It's the beginning of something. The establishment's losing. Then she went on this wah tour. You know, she's going to be the face of the Never Trumpers now. Good luck with that. But she'll be okay. Her daddy's got all that money. All that Halliburton money. She'll be fine. She's taken care of for life. And then the second great victory of President Trump is that the White House, the Biden administration, announced they're going to complete the Great Wall of Trump at the southern border. So Trump's getting the wall completed and he got rid of Liz Cheney. Both of those happened yesterday. It's almost as if President Trump is still the president. I know, it's like he's still running the country. Now today is going to be a big day for the Liz Cheney Never Trumpers. Reuters reporting. Listen to this. Over 100 former Republican officials will sign a letter Thursday, that's today, declaring that if the Republican Party does not break with former President Donald Trump and change course, they will back the creation of a third party. Now this I support. Let's get all of these cockroaches out from the crevices and from the walls. Let them get out in the open and form their Never Trumper party. That would be awesome. That would be awesome. This is the beginning of a surrender. The letter headlined, "A Call for American Renewal," is a move towards forming a breakaway party, two of its organizers said. The group is upset. They're dismayed by what it says is a modern Republican Party driven by its allegiance to Trump. The Republican Party is broken. It's time for a resistance of the rationals against the radicals, says Miles Taylor, one of the organizers. Now, I'm not getting involved in anything run by a guy named Miles, I'll tell you that. Isn't that a British name? Was he a redcoat? Taylor, while serving in the Trump White House, wrote an anonymous opinion piece in the New York Times in 2018 titled, "I am part of the resistance inside the Trump administration." Oh, I remember that. This Benedict Arnold. The group first came out in February. Yeah, and it goes on and on. I support that. Let these Never Trumpers form their third party, make Liz Cheney the head of it, so we know who you are and what you're doing. The rationals versus the radicals. I like that. Good morning. Good morning. Yes, what's your name?
From Sanford. Wasn't Trump about 2 months away from finishing the wall?
Yeah, they stopped the construction because, walls are racist, don't you know?
Well, this is the greatest thing that ever happened. I think it's better than Liz Cheney.
Well, no. Well, what I'm saying is, this is people don't realize this is so historic. This is so historic. We have a president who's only had one term, who's out of office, and he's still got major control inside the country. I mean, he got rid of Liz Cheney yesterday, and the Biden administration announced they're completing the wall. That's huge. When have you ever... You've been around long enough to see former presidents and a one-term president. Once they're out of office, that's done. They're out of the loop. They do book signings and 20 or 30 people show up. There's never been certainly after a one term, there's never been a former president who's had this much power. And the reason that is because they believe he's coming back for a second term in 2024 and have full powers restored.
Watch you when you did the return, when Trump returned to Mar-a-Lago. That's fantastic, the crowd that they had.
I know. Over 100,000 people on President's Day showed up at Mar-a-Lago. That's never happened before. I mean, this now everyone's talking about Liz Cheney, but this completing the wall story, they're kind of downplaying that. The Great Wall of Trump completion that Biden's doing on the racist wall.
Brian, I have my fellow slippers, and I have neuropathy. These are fantastic slippers.
Really? Which ones do you have? Which style do you have?
I got I've got the fur line one.
Oh, the slip-on fur line ones?
Yeah, inside, outside.
Now, tell for people that don't know what it is, neuropathy. What is neuropathy and what are the symptoms?
Well, the nerves in your feet start going bad, and it affects your balance, and it's painful.
So you ordered so you're wearing the MyPillow My Slippers, which, by the way, 40% off with the promo code Kane, K-A-N-E, and it's helped with your neuropathy.
Yes, it is. It's much. I have to wear slippers at home. I can't go barefoot or even with socks on.
Wow.
So I have to wear that, and I also have the MyPillow pillow and the MyPillow mattress topper and
Oh, that mattress topper is unbelievable, isn't it? Oh man.
Loves it.
Oh man. I know, they're all great. Yeah, I know. And by the way, when you use the promo code Kane at checkout, 40% off the MyPillow slippers, 30% off the MyPillow mattress topper, and you get 2 free MyPillows with it. So it's great. Well, that's awesome. Yeah, I asked my wife to order me the MyPillow slippers for Father's Day. So I don't know which ones or which colors she ordered because I want to have some surprise, but I'm looking forward to them.
Oh yeah, you're gonna love them.
Well, I appreciate that plug. Thanks so much. Yeah, that's awesome. Good morning. You're on the radio.
Hey, it's Mike and Broken.
Hey, Mike. What's up?
Yeah, you just talked about that Miles guy. That guy
Steve Kane Show.
A short-lived moron. That
Steve Kane Show.
Administration.
Hold on. Steve Kane Show.
He was like in the bottom of the food chain.
Steve Kane Show. Hold on.
Working there. And yesterday, I was watching Newsmax in the afternoon, and there's actually a YouTube video with a bunch of people talking about this organization that he's making, and a couple of them, at least a half a dozen, were ex-Fox contributors.
Yeah.
One of the faces was that idiot Bill Kristol. So Bill Kristol's in on this, and I'm really surprised if Kelly Conway's husband is involved in this garbage.
Yeah, my wife's always been suspicious of Kellyanne Conway because of her husband. You're dialing, you're getting calls, and all kinds of business going on. Did you catch Ron DeSantis on the Newsmax TV town hall last night?
I'm gonna watch it again and
watch the whole thing. It was brilliant.
The whole thing, it was beautiful, and yes, I was so into it. I didn't even think about Sean because we stopped watching months ago, and yeah, it was very peaceful because Ron talked, and the people asked some very good questions, and everyone was cordial, and it was very nice to watch.
Well, yeah, and that was I've seen Ron DeSantis on TV a lot, but I've never seen him when he could really talk. I've seen him like in a little box answering a couple questions for a couple minutes. I've never seen him in a sit-down interview like that, and he's impressive.
He took Trump's advice. He looked pretty good in the suit yesterday, too.
Yeah, one of the things he did that offended them, they haven't talked about it yet, but they will. He was wearing cowboy boots in his suit. He was wearing black cowboy boots.
He's got boots on like Ted Cruz.
Yeah.
Trend. It's a good trend.
I like cowboy boots, but it's a little hot in Florida for me for cowboy boots.
Yeah. I don't live in Danny, Super City, so.
Yeah. All right, Mike and Boca, thanks for the call, man. Take care. If you're on hold, don't go anywhere. We're going to take our last break of the second hour and go back to your calls after this. I'm Brian. You're listening to Florida's longest-running radio show, The Steve Kane Show. We'll be back after this.
This is Dr. Mitchell Matez of the Biostation West Delray. I'm so happy to be able to now offer the latest and most comprehensive approach to health, wellness, and anti-aging at my new West Delray location. In addition to the hormone therapies you are accustomed to, we can now offer testing for all of your health concerns, including vitamin and nutrient levels, cardiac risk panels, immune system markers, and much, much more. We also offer the full array of aesthetic modalities, including Botox, fillers, lasers, etc., as well as the latest state-of-the-art non-invasive treatments for erectile dysfunction, private IV suites, personal patient advocates, and comprehensive wellness, all in a spectacular new setting. Call me at my new office number, 561-320-8893. That's 561-320-8893 to schedule your appointment today.
Hello, I'm Mike Lindell, and I'm excited to announce my new product, My Slippers. They took me over 2 years to develop because I didn't want just an ordinary slipper. My slippers are meant to be worn all day long, no matter what you're doing, whether you're inside or outside. My slippers come with an exclusive 3-tier cushioning system that you won't find in any other slipper. It combines 2 layers of foam, including my proprietary My Pillow foam and a patented impact gel made from U.S. soybeans. My 3-tier cushioning system is going to help relieve pressure points, provide that micro...
Hey, everybody in the chat room, make sure you like the video, everyone. That helps a lot. Like the video. That helps spread the word about the video and helps it get recommended to other people. So liking the video is so important.
Save 40% off the My Pillow My Slippers when you use the promo code KANE, K-A-N-E, at checkout at mypillow.com or call 1-800-716-4879. 1-800-716-4879. Promo code KANE, K-A-N-E, at checkout.
All right, we are back 47 minutes after the hour. Good morning. You're on the radio. What's your name?
Good morning. How you doing?
Good. What's your name?
This is Maria from Florida.
Maria in Florida. What's on your mind?
Yes, I was watching that yesterday when it came across the screen about Joe Biden wanted to go back and try to finish building the wall.
Mm-hmm.
He didn't want to take any question when he was asked for the press about it.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going to get in trouble if I talk too much.
He said, what he said was, I'm not supposed to talk to you, I'm not supposed to take questions, and I want to know is, who's bossing the President of the United States around, telling him who he can talk to and who he can't talk to?
Exactly. Well, I think it's a lot of folks that's in there behind the scenes that really was in government before, and they are in charge. I don't know. I'm not sure exactly where Joe Biden at in his little brain, the brain that he do have. I don't know.
Yeah. Well, you know, this thing yesterday with the wall, I understand it's being reported, right, that they're going to finish the wall, but it's you know, media bias involves a lot of things, and a lot of it involves how a story is reported. President Trump had two major victories in Washington yesterday. Liz Cheney's out, and she's not happy. She went on the liberal TV. Wow, don't you know who my daddy is? I'm supposed to be in charge. I went against my gay sister for being gay. Come on, I'm the real conservative. And then his other victory, President Trump, he's not in office, one term, and his wall's getting finished by Biden, and Biden's doing it for him. That's huge news. In fact, they should have the breaking news sounder with the animation. Breaking news. Biden is finishing the Trump wall.
And it was another one that he had at the I think they said it, FEC, denied any charges against the former president from any campaign.
Okay, now this is very specific. Okay. There was the Federal Election Commission investigation into the Stormy Daniels payoff by Michael Cohen. See, Stormy Daniels was running an extortion racket, which is a crime. She wanted protection money. Pay me, or I'm going to go forward and say these things. And the FEC was investigating. They dropped the investigation into this. And the reason they dropped it is they know Trump did no wrong, and they didn't want to do the investigation and have to come out and clear Trump. So they just dropped the investigation, so they didn't have to release a finding that he did no wrong. You know, they're corrupt. So that, but the Great Wall of Trump completion by Biden and Liz Cheney, I have never seen. The only thing I've ever seen a former president do was release a book and go to book signings at Barnes and Noble. What has a former president ever done that has involved shaping U.S. policy? Nothing.
Here is exactly the problem. Here is that Donald Trump has done so much for the American people. He stood up for the American people. Everybody knows this. That's why he was being attacked. He wasn't being attacked because they hate him personally. He was being attacked because he was defended.
Yeah, and when Liz Cheney spoke, I think only one Republican stayed in there while she spoke. So Trump's still the boss. He's coming back in 2024, and everyone knows it. All right, well, Marie in Florida, thanks for the call. Take care. Oh, look who we have. Steve Kane joining us. Hey, Steve.
Good morning, everyone.
Oh man, what an exciting day.
It's pretty exciting.
Well, it's
total chaos in any administration.
Yeah. Never.
Don't look to have Biden publish and promote the idea that Trump was they're going back to Trump's way of and make him look.
Yeah, but we'll do it for him though. We'll promote that fact. Yeah. Oh, let's take some more calls. 1-888-GO-KANE-1. That's the number. Good morning. You're on the radio. What's your name?
Weezy.
Oh, hey, Weezy.
Hey, Weezy. What's up? You sound down Weezy, you sound down this morning. What's the matter?
No, I basically just woke up. No, I didn't just wake up, but I woke up about a little while ago. But I guess I'm just waking up.
See, Biden's failures has her down, obviously.
No, I'm just trying to figure out somewhat why Biden is doing things. I mean, you started the show with talking about Biden not being able to say Mexico.
Well, no. He called the United States. He called part of the United States Mexico twice yesterday in a Zoom call.
And that's a crime.
No, it's not a crime. Excuse me. It's not a crime. It shows that his cognitive problems are getting worse.
Make mistakes. I'm probably going to make a mistake on a word while I'm talking to you, and it's not happening to me. Yeah, when you get a little older, you forget things.
Well, then you shouldn't be president.
Okay, what I called for yesterday, you was talking about everything that's happening is the worst administration that's ever happened because somebody.
Well, other than Carter, name one that's worse.
Trump.
Give a specific example.
For a specific example.
Like I'll give you an example. Yeah, an Atlantic example. How about a Baltic Sea example while you're at it, or an Indian Ocean one would be good.
Talk and give the example I want to give, or are you just going to stop me every time?
No, we want to help you along. We're trying to add color.
Oh, she's going to call you racist now, Steve.
Oh, it's weird because I talk on another radio show now, and
You're kidding.
They don't keep cutting me off.
Well, they're probably not as good as we are.
Probably because they have nothing to say.
Yeah.
5 seconds instead of letting me say something that you don't want to hear. You just rather just keep cutting me off. And on the other radio station, at least let me get my words out.
Well, why don't you call the other radios? By the way, what is the other radio station? What is the other radio station?
No. That's what you want.
Oh,
yeah. Go over there.
Oh, we caught you telling a whopper.
Okay, never mind. Forget it. Y'all don't want to let me talk. I'll forget it. Never mind.
All right.
She's going to call the other radio station. But she won't tell us. She doesn't want to give them PR. We could have... Yeah. And we offered her an opportunity to take our entire audience over to this other radio station.
Probably went over and is probably listening to the Joyce Kaufman show. And maybe not.
No, it's not the Joyce. I know it's not the Joyce Kaufman show because she says she calls in, and there's no calls on that show.
Well, that's when it's at its best.
I'm starting to wonder if the Joyce Kaufman show was pre-recorded because I haven't heard a call over there in a long time. But you know this thing about Biden. Give an example. I'll give you an example of his failure, like Carter is. And again, I made a whole YouTube video about this. You can go if you go on my YouTube channel, you can see this. Brian Craig on YouTube. The gas lines in my neighborhood, Steve, were crazy. I went to one gas station completely out of gas, at Cumberland Farms. I went to a mobile station, long lines. I went to Wawa. The lines were so busy at Wawa, Steve, they had an employee directing traffic to the gas pumps. And I went to a mobile where there was long lines and confusion because the lines were so long, people were in the wrong line for the side of the car their gas tank is on, and they couldn't reach. And I went to a second gas station that was out of diesel and soon to be running out of the regular gases as well. That's Biden. That's an example of a Jimmy Carter-like failure. You know, I mean, I've never seen gas stations run out of gas this fast, even when hurricanes are coming. And what happened yesterday here in South Florida is pretty bad. Pretty bad. But, you know, Biden said there's no gas line, Steve, so.
Seen an administration crumble so rapidly after taking power as this Biden administration is.
Yeah.
I mean, it's pathetic. It's really sad. And it's scary. Let's admit the truth. You know, this stuff is not as easy as it looks sometimes. And we underestimate the importance of the president and how really if a president doesn't know what he's doing, it jeopardizes the whole world. And there's no better example than the Biden administration. It's absolutely scary. Yeah, I mean, stop and think about that thing where they told him not. What you got to ask yourself, what does it say about Joe Biden that his people are telling him not to talk to the press? What does it say? The conclusion you can draw. What's that?
That they're afraid of the answers.
Well, it's not that they're afraid of the answers. They're afraid he's going to look like an idiot.
Yeah. Yeah, because he might have
So he can't answer the simplest of questions.
They don't know when his cognition will disappear, because he has moments when he's with it. But you never... No, they're fewer all the time. You know, what he did yesterday... I'll play the other clip that she was talking, because I want people to hear this. He did a Zoom call. He governs by Zoom. And he was talking to governors. And he had governors of many states, Democrats all, Minnesota, others, including New Mexico. And I'll play the clip.
Tim, how are you? I know Minnesota's great, but it can't be as nice a weather as there is in Mexico now, is it? We got 6 governors with us today, Democrats and Republicans, and they're meeting the moment. Governor Mills of Maine, Governor DeWine of Ohio, Governor Cox of Utah, Governor Walz of Minnesota, Governor Baker of Massachusetts, and Governor Lujan Grisham of Mexico.
Yeah, the governor of Mexico. He called New Mexico, Mexico. Now, I don't know if that was another one of these Biden senior moments or if he's going to return New Mexico to Mexico. I don't know what it is, but he called New Mexico, Mexico twice. I've never heard anybody make that slip, certainly not twice. And then the other clip, this is the one we're talking about with the questions. Now, this was after it had just come out that Biden was going to complete the Great Wall of Trump on our southern border.
You guys are bad. I'm not supposed to be answering all these questions. I'm supposed to leave, but I can't resist your questions.
Yeah, so I'm not... Yeah.
Tell you.
Not supposed to.
Given instructions not to answer a question for fear he'll make a fool of himself.
But
scary is that?
Who gives instructions to the President of the United States like that? Telling them who they can talk to? Who could it be? Jen Psaki? An aide? Or is it wife? Yeah. It's a cool name, though. Jen Psaki. It sounds like, somebody in a Bruce Lee movie. Jen Psaki.
From Bridge on the River Kwai.
Yeah, exactly. He was the commandant. Jen Psaki was the commandant, of the camp. The Alec Guinness, Obi-Wan Kenobi. The comment that he made there is 2 things that are frightening about it. It means that his staff are afraid that that he's having so many senior moments that if he were to take a question, they don't know what he would say because he could just lose it. He was somewhat coherent there. He didn't lose it. That's and the other problem, and that's the big one, that he's not of sound mind and body. That's why these 120 plus admirals and generals signed this letter saying that his mind is gone and he's not mentally fit to govern. That's why they said it. And the other thing, though, is that there's actually people that are bossing the President of the United States around. I mean, that's frightening, too. And I don't know who it is. It could be Jill, Dr. Jill. I don't know. But I never heard Trump say somebody told him he couldn't do something. Oh, they told me I can't take a question from you, Acosta. I'd really like to take a question from you, but I'm not supposed to. Could you imagine what the press would do with that? What do you mean you're not supposed to take questions from Jim Acosta? Who's telling you you're not supposed to take questions? Oh, man. Good morning. You're on the radio.
This is Michael.
Hey, Michael. You're on the air, Michael.
Yeah, remember I used to have my jaw wired shut? I don't know if you remember that.
No, I don't know who you are.
Montgomery County, Maryland, Michael. I had my jaw wired shut.
Okay. Sorry.
Biden is like one of those guys like in vaudeville where they have to pull out the cane and pull him off the stage. It's all I need to say is, a million and one, once in a million, or a dime a dozen. Trump is a once, period.
Well, it's what we were talking about yesterday, how bad things are now, and things are always bad with other presidents. Trump is not a mortal president.
You don't want to know something? These Palestinians wouldn't have even tried to pull that crap.
No.
If Trump was the president.
Oh God, no, no way.
And same goes with Iran too.
Yeah. Exactly. All right, listen, we'll take our break for the top of the hour. We'll be back. Third hour begins now.
Covered. AM 1470, FM 95.3, 96.9. South Florida's FM Money Talk Radio Network. WWNN, Pompano Beach.
Hi, my name is Tom Laporta, the owner of Laporta Contracting, Roofing and Restoration. We have been in the roofing and construction industry since 1982. We are state of Florida certified roofing and general contractors.
Oh, you guys, have you checked out my new shirt? My wife made this shirt. Orange Man Good, nice shirt. There's a link to my merch store. This shirt's there. All the shirts are there. It's in the episode description. BrianShirts.com. Singular Brian, shirts with an S. BrianShirts.com.
Complete new roof systems. We install every kind of roof, from regular asphalt shingles, clay or concrete tiles, standing metal seam, wood shakes, and slate tile systems. Hurricane season is right around the corner. This gives us only a short period of time to make sure your roof and home is ready for the 2021 hurricane season. So don't delay and call us at 954-604-4602 for a free home inspection and estimate. Our website is www.laportacontracting.com, where you will find our latest video and live testimonials from a few of our past clients. Our number again is 954-604-4602.
Have you gone without insurance through the Affordable Care Act because you thought you couldn't afford it? The times are changing. I have exciting news to share with you from I Will Advisors. With the signing of the American Rescue Plan Act of 2021, the government has increased the subsidies available to people buying insurance through the marketplace. In fact, even people making over 400% of the federal poverty level can get insurance now and not pay more than 8.5% of their income. There's talk of people currently paying less than $100 per month, and you could possibly pay $0 per month with these new changes. It doesn't cost anything to check, but everyone must take action. The special election period will end, but the sooner you take action, the sooner you can start saving money. Call Dan at I Will Advisors, 954-753-8080. 954-753-8080.
The Steve Kane Show is brought to
Yeah, I think it's a funny shirt. You know why I like this shirt? You know why I like this shirt? It catches the Democrats off guard. Because you walk around, some liberal, never Trumper, they're like, oh, they think you're one of them. And then they read it closely, and then they're like, oh. You know what I mean? It pisses off liberals.
You are listening to South Florida's longest running radio show, The Steve Kane Show. To call the show toll free, dial 1-888-GO-KANE 1. That's 1-888-GO-KANE 1. And now.
All right, we are back. Before you joined us earlier in the show, Steve, I don't know if you heard this. I got a call from a guy. He suffers from neuropathy, and he ordered the MyPillow My Slippers, and they come in multiple sizes style. Well, they come in multiple sizes, like everything, of course. They come in multiple styles and colors. He has the fur-lined ones, and he says his neuropathy it's like gone wearing these MyPillow My Slippers, which is that's a severe disability from what I understand talking to people. And I asked my wife to order me a pair for Father's Day. When you use the promo code Kane at checkout, 40% off the MyPillow slippers. Now listen, there's something for every dad at MyPillow.com, and every special you see there you can take advantage of with the promo code Kane at checkout, K-A-N-E. But I'm going to recommend what I would I'll call this the Steve Kane Show Father's Day MyPillow gift package idea, okay? Is the MyPillow slippers, 40% off with the promo code Kane, but to go with the slippers, every dad would love the MyPillow bathrobe. I have the MyPillow bathrobe already. It is very comfortable. I have worn nice and expensive bathrobes. I've never worn one that was as soft and as comfortable as the MyPillow bathrobe. Every dad will want one. It's 30% off with the promo code Kane at checkout. Get Dad the bathrobe and the slippers, and he'll be very happy. And remember, Dad includes your dad, your granddad, your husband, and your son, if he's a father. You can also order by phone, 1-800-716-4879. 800-716-4879. Make sure to use the promo code Kane when you call, too. K-A-N-E at checkout. So I saw here it says Israel troops are massing along the Gaza border, preparing for a major escalation. It looks like the Israelis are going to invade Gaza. Yeah, how long will it take the anti-Semitic Biden administration to condemn them for. They said yesterday they have a right to defend themselves, but they don't. But the left don't consider them being.
Biden has been very positive about latest episode.
Well, wait till they invade.
Breath cushion. You never know when he's going to open his mouth and say something that his handlers don't approve of.
Well, he's got the anti-Semites whispering in his ear. They say that Susan Rice is now basically, without anyone realizing, she's the new intel chief. She's like taken over national security advice for Biden and everything. So you think Susan Rice is a fan of Israel? I mean, give me a break. She came in with the Obama. I mean, how can Israel's all alone now. We're their ally, and we're not with them, and we're not. And you got an anti-Semitic administration, and that's. I mean, I'm surprised Israel's taken such a hard stance right now because they don't have our support, and at any moment in time, the President of the United States could come out and condemn what they're doing.
I hate to say this, but I don't want to be guilty of what we accuse the left of, and that is not giving credit where it's due. I mean, thank God that for the first time in my recent memory, they had Biden come down on the right side of the issue.
For now. Steve Kane Show.
And orders bombing that his handlers don't want him to.
Yeah.
Look, it could have been worse. He finally got one right. Give him credit.
The liberals.
A lot of people doing that.
See, he was against moving the embassy to Jerusalem. He's always been against Israel. This is just
The Jews now. Let's just take, one blessing at a time.
Also. Yeah. Ellen DeGeneres, she's the original woke person, right? And now she's being canceled by the left because her show's getting canceled, and I guess they misconduct. She's not nice to her employees or something. They say I don't know. And Ellen's getting a lot of play today in the news because she came out and everything. Ellen DeGeneres did not come out of the closet because she wanted to come out of the closet, and she's being celebrated today. And I'll just tell you guys what happened with Ellen real quick. Then we'll get back to the phones because I know they're talking about her a lot today. Ellen DeGeneres, she had an ABC sitcom that was about to be canceled. And so that it would not be canceled, she came out of the closet as gay because she knew that ABC would not cancel the show if she came out because they didn't want to be accused of canceling it because it was starring a gay woman. And she got at least one more season out of it. So she is, Ellen DeGeneres is not some gay rights heroine. She came out for very selfish reasons, so she's never been a wokester. All right, let's go back to the phones. Good morning, you're on the air.
Right before Bush left office, there was a reporter, I think her name was Helen Thomas.
Yeah.
She was critical of Israel. They removed her immediately.
Yeah. I don't know about that. Helen Thomas was against Israel quite a bit in there. I don't remember her getting removed right away for doing anything. I don't remember that.
She finally broke, and in front of a national audience, brought it up, and then she was immediately let go. I mean, that's how times have changed. Now you're praised if you do that.
Yeah. Yeah, I know what you mean. I know what you mean. All right, take care. Good morning. You're on the radio.
Brian, this is Rolanda.
Hey, Rolanda.
Did you say that Susan Rice was now the authority in the White House when it came to Intel?
It's unofficial authority. They say she's kind of... There's an article here. I was just reading it on the Fox News website. Let me pull it. It says, Richard Grenell, the former acting director of national intelligence under Trump, said in an interview that he believes Susan Rice has assumed the role of shadow president. Rice, this is Richard Grenell. Remember, you know who he is. He was, yeah, okay. Yeah, so that's Richard Grenell is saying that she's running U.S. foreign policy right now.
This is the pathological liar that told us that one of the, I don't know if you remember this Sergeant Bo, whatever his name was a wonderful person.
The traitor Bergdahl, the deserter.
Yes, this is another. Then there was another lie in which she was at the forefront of blaming, I guess, some movie for what happened in Libya.
Yeah, she blamed a YouTube video that had about 160 views for the attack on the embassy in Benghazi.
Exactly, and this is now the new intel. Oh boy, we are.
Well, she's the intel. She's intel chief, but Grenell says she's the shadow president, that she's running the White House.
Yeah, we really are.
And that's an interesting thing to say because she's so tight with Obama that she's doing Obama's bidding is what that would mean.
Exactly. And
Steve Kane
here's
Show.
the thing, Brian. I did listen to that Zoom conference that the president did with Mexico. When I heard that, I said, "Oh my gosh!" I said, "More evidence of the brain breaking down."
Yeah.
That's exactly what's happening. I don't care what anybody says. When you start calling parts of the United States Mexico, there is a problem. I'm sorry,
He did it twice. Yeah, and I've never heard someone refer to New Mexico as Mexico. Certainly not twice. I've never heard anyone refer to New York as York or New Orleans as Orleans. Sometimes this is he's not there.
No, he is. He is not there. And as for Israel, I'm just hoping that they just go on with what they're doing and just unless it's coherent, decide to listen. When you have generals and people like that now writing letters and saying that Biden is not fit, I mean, there is a total meltdown going.
But did we really need the letter to know that he wasn't mentally fit?
Screaming it now. And
yeah.
When you start hearing people screaming it, Brian, it must mean this is now critical mass.
But this is the problem. If Biden steps aside because of his cognitive decline, we have Kamala as president, and then she'll get to handpick her vice president. She'll nominate someone who will get confirmed as vice president. Who would you rather have as president, Biden or Kamala?
I don't know, but Brian, to be honest with you, this is terrible. It's awful. Either one scares me right now. To be honest with you, either one. And it's the whole thing right now is really frightening. But Susan Rice, when I heard that, I was like, oh no.
Yeah, she's bad news. She's bad news. Yeah, and she's a liar. And Susan Rice and Obama, they got the SEAL team killed that took out Bin Laden. Remember? The SEAL team that took out Bin Laden was classified. They knew it was SEALs, but not which team. And Obama blurted out on TV who did it, and then they were targeted and killed, most of them.
That's one of those boys. They knew they were going to be targeted. From what I understood, they all got themselves willed on a certain day.
Yeah.
Because they knew they were about to be hit.
Yeah. That's right. All right, I got to run for a break, but take care. Listen, we have Rabbi David on hold. Rabbi, hold on. I'm going to go right to Rabbi David after the break. Okay, I want to find out what Rabbi David's thinking with everything that's going on. Our number toll free 1-888-GO-CANE 1-888-465-2631. We will be back right after this. Don't go anywhere.
Stop paying an outrageous fortune for your tires. Go easy on your budget and buy your tires at Friendly Tire in Margate, where they have all the major brands like Goodyear and Firestone at discount prices that absolutely can't be beat. Steve Kane's tires for his Toyota van at the other shops, $175 a tire. At Friendly Tire, just $75 a tire. That's a $100 savings per tire. Tires for my daughter Emily's car, $135 at the shops around town. The price at Friendly Tire, only $65. $70. That's a $70 savings per tire. These prices are out the door and on the road. Free mounting and balancing and no added charges. Friendly Tire have a great selection of good used tires too, starting at just $30 for most cars. Call my good buddy Friendly Mike at Friendly Tire. Tell him what you drive and he will give you a great low price right over the phone at 954-977-9445. 954-977-9445. Online, friendlytire.net.
Hi, my name is Tom Laporta, the owner of Laporta Contracting, Roofing and Restoration. We have been in the roofing and construction industry since 1982. We are state of Florida certified roofing and general contractors, focusing on residential and commercial roofing, impact windows, and building restoration. If you have noticed any water stains on your ceiling, or if your roof is older than 15 years, you will want to call us to come out and evaluate your roof. Our services run from minor repairs to complete new roof systems. We install every kind of roof, from regular asphalt shingles, clay or concrete tiles, standing metal seam, wood shakes, and slate tile systems. Hurricane season is right around the corner. This gives us only a short period of time to make sure your roof and home is ready for the 2021 hurricane season. So don't delay and call us at 954-604-4602 for a free home inspection and estimate. Our website is www.laportacontracting.com, where you will find our latest video and live testimonials from a few of our past clients. Our number again is 954-604-4602.
Listen to the Steve Kane Show on iHeartRadio. Just search for WW.
All right, we are back. Rabbi David. Hey, Rabbi David, Steve said that Biden's not anti-Israel. He supports Israel. Is that true?
If being the President of the United States is a friend of Israel,
Yeah, Biden was involved. Biden was involved in those pallets of cash to Iran, right?
he actually is paying for this. By the way, I just wanted, before we get into that, I just want to mention one little footnote. I was the person at the White House that interviewed Helen Thomas when she said the Jews should go back to Germany, that caused her to be thrown out the very next day.
You know, I forgot about that, Rabbi, with that caller earlier. I forgot all about that. I'm sorry, I forgot about your claim to fame. I'm sorry.
We got into that now. So
Yeah.
I want to mention that the IDF, the Israel Defense Forces, right now on the border of Gaza, is actually a humanitarian feat that they're doing. Instead of just carpet bombing the whole place, they are going to go in and surgically, at the risk of these 18 to 22-year-old soldiers, these poor Israeli kids that have to go in there, they will surgically try to remove all the terrorists in between the hospitals and the schools and all the places they're hiding. So when you hear the invasion, which will take place into Gaza, ground troops, it is because Israel is such a humane army that they're doing that. And who knows what the press is going to say about it, but that's why they're going in there.
Well, it's not good. I mean, I'm watching some of the footage, and I feel like I'm watching footage from, the 90s over there, what's going on. It's brutal. I mean, it's a full-blown war going on.
Yeah, the Iron Dome, which knocks down these rockets, first of all, costs every single Iron Dome rocket that goes up to hit a missile, it costs hundreds of thousands of dollars. And you have 1,000 rockets going from Gaza into Israel. And it's not just going into Sderot, which is the neighboring town. It's now going into Tel Aviv, Lod, Ashdod, Jerusalem. It's really a frightening thing. Israel's not some third world country. It's like living, in Boca or New York, or these are people who are living nice democracy lives.
Yeah.
Are just tormenting these civilians with indiscriminately.
Mm-hmm. Are you back with us, Steve? Okay. So Rabbi, I was asking Rabbi David. You said that Biden is supporting Israel, and Rabbi David takes issue with that.
Yeah. Why are you taking issue? They asked him. I heard him say.
I think it's like beggars can't be choosy when it comes to Biden. If he's not. If he's not outright.
Well, he certainly had a role in the Iran deal. They gave, the rockets that are being launched towards Israel are paid for with that American money that Biden and Obama gave Iran.
And on the way out, the last day of the Biden-Obama presidency, the last day, they released all these funds to the Palestinian Authority, which supports the Fatah, the terrorist military organization in Palestine.
I know who the Fatah is.
They went out the door. You know, so no, I was just, the rest of the audience may not know. So I'm just saying that, you know, one can say little platitudes like, you know, we hope Israel is our friend, but we love Israel. Blah, blah. In the meantime, they're giving cash not even under the table, over the table. So, you know, this talk is cheap. Let's see the whole.
All right, I understand. Listen, you know, it doesn't take a lot to satisfy me in this area. I mean, I'm not suggesting he's running out to schedule a bar mitzvah. I'm just saying when they asked him who he supported, he said he stood behind Israel.
Wait till you see the ground troops go in. Wait till you see the ground troops go into Gaza to surgically remove all the terrorists, and it's not going to be pretty. And because, by the way, Netanyahu said it already that we either take care of it now or we're going to have to take care of it down the road. Let's take care of it now.
Yeah.
Going in and taking care of it.
Yeah. All right, Rabbi David. Well, you keep in touch with us during this crisis. I mean, this is a full blown war going on, and when this yeah.
The respondents there for Fox News keep saying there's going to be a war.
Oh, please!
I'm watching the whole. We're going to be a war. I mean, the whole, you know, battlefield is already littered with bodies for heaven's sake. Looks like a war to me.
You say, Steve, you're right. Canada and Mexico lobbed 1,000 rockets up to our territory here in the United States. Would anybody say, I think there's going to be a war?
Exactly. Yeah. I mean, 9/11, that was the war, was already on. I mean, that's right. All right, but Rabbi, you call us in as things develop because, you know what you're talking about.
I'm in touch with many people there, so.
Well, great. Take care. All right, Rabbi David. Good morning. You're on the air. Good morning. Yes, what's your name?
This is Dr. Lomaski.
Oh, hey, Dr. Janae Lomaski. How you doing?
You. I was trying to get you. Do we have an appointment later today?
We have an appointment. We don't have one today, but you may need one. So I have to make a comment.
Go ahead.
Usually I don't make a lot of comments when you say about Biden supporting Israel. So a lot of people that have never been to Israel really don't get the real truth about Israel and what they've done and what type of people they are. They assume from the news and what we see on here, which is almost always inaccurate, especially nowadays, right? Unless you're watching some, I don't even know about Fox News anymore, but some of Fox News is okay. Anyway, you're saying that Biden is for Israel, which is clearly not. You know, as a psychologist, it's interesting how people get caught up in what other people say, and they forget about watching their actions, their behaviors. So don't get caught up in what he's saying, because that's so easy to get manipulated in what people say. Watch their actions and see how consistent they are, and that's how you know what.
He's like a magician. He's distracting you with. And on the other hand, he's supporting Iran, and which Hamas is Iran, so he's supporting Hamas with his other hand.
100%, and we knew this. People that did not want this administration in so desperately called it. This is no surprise. We called it that there was either going to be, I actually thought there was going to be like the highest pay that we'd have to pay for gas ever, but now it came to like we don't even know if we're going to have gasoline. And we knew that they were going to go to war on Israel. We knew it. We predicted it. And everybody said, the other side, the liberals said, oh, you're crazy. They're this, they're that. It's manipulation. It's both. If you watch their actions and their behaviors, you really can see the truth in what's happening. And it's a really sad situation, but it was predictable.
Yeah. Yep.
My office, and I thought this was very profound to say, because this has never happened to me. I left my office. It's in Boca Raton. I'm in a highly predominant Jewish area where my office building is. And as I was leaving at 7 o'clock last night, I see this big white van. And it was blocking the four-way stop sign. I thought this was really strange. And I kind of saw an Israeli flag in the back. And I said, wow, these guys, they just like leave their truck right here. I can't go around them. So I kind of scoot around. And I was just going to say something out my window, like, hey, move your truck. And I see about 4 or 5 of them come out of the truck wearing bandanas around their face, and with 3 of them with no shirts on, and going to run into the area, like the atrium of these kosher restaurants. They have Israeli flags strapped to their feet, so they're stepping on them as they're walking. And
You saw a group of Palestinians in Boca yesterday? Is this what this was?
I'm not sure what they were, but they were big time anti-Israel and anti-Semitic. And on the side of the van, in blue marker, it said Jews did 9/11.
Wow.
Yelling. So I called the police, and they actually kept
for you.
on, and they didn't put me in a non-emergency. Well, I knew they were going to try and do violence. I mean, I saw them fleeing from the truck.
So they had Israeli flags on their shoes, and this is, I've never seen that in the United States. I've heard about it, and they it's what Dr. Lemaski says. The flag on the shoes is because they want to walk on the flag of Israel. Is that, and but I've never seen that in Boca. Every area of Boca is a predominantly Jewish area. I mean, that's as anti-Semitic and threatening as it gets.
People better wake up and wake up quickly, because it's not just going to happen to Jews. And if you see what's going on in Israel, you better be aware, and you better wake up, and you better unite on the correct right side. Otherwise, there's going to be big trouble for all of us here.
Yeah, that's right. All right, well, it's time for a break. Dr. Lemaski, catch her show on the weekend with Al Knight, 11 a.m. Yeah, 11 a.m. on this rate. When I'm giving a plug for her show, Steve. Doctor, what time is the show? Oh, they changed the time. Oh, big announcement. Okay, so Saturday, I did not know. No one tells me anything here. No one tells me anything, But no, Dr. Lemaski and Al Knight have a show on this radio station Saturdays, new time. They've expanded the show, 10 a.m. till noon Saturdays with your calls. You can call in and get some free therapy and some things too. So on this, yeah. All right, take care, Dr. Lemaski. We'll take our break. Okay, we'll take our break for the bottom of the hour and be right back.
FM 95.3, 96.9. South Florida's FM Money Talk Radio Network. WWNN, Pompano Beach.
I checked the temperature this morning before I left. The high today is going to be almost 90 degrees here in South Florida. The hot weather, it's already here, and it's only going to get hotter. On the line from Cut My Kilowatts, we have Scott from Cut My Kilowatts. He's going to tell you how he can save you big money on your electric bill.
We're facing the onslaught of summer here, and a lot of people are going to be noticing that, if they haven't noticed already, that their air conditioner is just running non-stop, fighting to keep the house cool. A lot of times the air conditioner can't even keep up with the heat gain. Like you'll have the temperature set in your house at 74, and you'll look at the thermostat, it'll be at 76 or 77 or even 78.
Yeah.
Even as high as 80. So what we do is cutmykilowatts.com, and we've been doing radiant barrier in South Florida for 10 years. I mean, we did Steve Kane's house probably 10 years ago when I first started doing this in South Florida. Radiant barrier stops the heat gain in the house, lowers the temperature in the attic 30 to 40 degrees, literally cuts the AC runtime in half, and get a lot of money.
Let's explain to people what radiant barrier is. We have known Scott from Cut My Kilowatts for well over a decade. He's with us every summer here on the Steve Kane Show. In the heat of the summer, the attic, how hot does an attic get during the summer, Scott?
It can get, depending on what kind of roof it has, whether it's shingle or tile, shingle being the hottest, 140, 150, you even see 160 degrees.
Yeah, and what that does is that 150, 160 degree heat in your attic makes your ceiling hot, and of course your air conditioning ducts are in your ceiling. It heats them up, and it makes your air conditioner work longer, harder, causing your electric bill going up, struggling to keep your house cool. So Scott has the radiant barrier. So tell people what radiant barrier is and how it works. Oh, someone asked about my headphones. Well, this isn't just headphones. This is a microphone. This is I use this for YouTube, and then this is what I use for the radio. This is a headset mic, and you can find these online. Somebody asked where they can get them. You can search that online and find them. These are the ones they use, the sports commentators use, on the sidelines and everything. Steve Kane Show. Hold on. Jesse Roberts, $5 super chat. Thank you. Everyone thank Jesse Roberts. Please pray for Israel's people. No doubt about it.
whatever you need up in your attic. Insulation, duct work, radiant barrier, we can do the whole package.
Now listen,
We do that for a lot of people.
it's getting hot today. It's going to be about 88, 89 degrees here in South Florida. We're not in the hottest heat of the summer yet. We will be soon. And because of that, Scott, he's offering a great discount before it gets super, super hot, because as it gets hotter and hotter, it's more difficult for his crew to work in the attic. Now, it's not quite as hot. They can get the work done faster, can spend more time in the attic. I want to give you Scott from Cut My Kilowatts. I'm going to give you his website and his number. If you miss this, it's listed at stevekaneshow.com. First, you can give Scott a call at 954-939-1500. 954-939-1500. Online, cutmykilowatts.com. And again, listed at stevekaneshow.com. Scott will save you money on your electric bill this and every summer. All right, Scott from Cut My Kilowatts, have a great day. We will talk later in the week.
The Steve Kane Show is brought to you by Attorney Barry Siegel at the Siegel Law Group. Are you concerned with the distribution of your assets at the time of your passing? Avoid probate. Call the Siegel Law Group with 9 offices throughout South Florida, from Palm Beach Gardens to Coral Gables. Call toll-free 1-855-FLA-3782.
Steve Kane Show.
Listen to The Steve Kane Show on iHeartRadio. Just search for WW.
All right, we are back. I'm Brian, Steve here. This is the Steve Kane Show, of course, and we want to congratulate Wings Plus, the Sample Road location in Coral Springs, sponsor of the Steve Kane Show for over a decade. Wings Plus voted best wings in South Florida by Sun Sentinel readers, which is absolutely amazing. And of course, we've been telling you for many, many years that Wings Plus on Sample Road has the best wings anywhere, and they absolutely do. They're open for lunch and dinner, dine in and take out. Over there, I like the two things I order mostly are the medium hot wings. I love those, and the lemon pepper wings that Steve turned me on to. But they have, there's just every flavor you can possibly imagine they have at Wings Plus for wings. And they come out with new things all the time. Everything homemade right there on the spot, including their homemade soups and chili and everything else made right there. Wings Plus Sample Road location is, of course, on Sample Road, about a mile west of University Drive on the south side of Sample Road. Make sure you tell them you heard about them on the Steve Kane Show. Now we're getting this van that Dr. Lemaski saw, the anti-Israeli, anti-Semitic van. Apparently this van is well known to the community, and Ian, who's our travel agent that organizes all the Steve Kane cruises from Cruise and Travel Depot, you know more about this van. I've never heard of this van before, Ian. Tell us about it.
So this van, there were several pro-Israel rallies around the area yesterday. One of them was in Boca Raton, sponsored by Boca Raton Synagogue. And I've seen video of this white van going past with a Palestinian flag, and on the side of the van that I saw, it said Hitler was right.
Oh my goodness.
In Boca Raton.
In Boca Raton. How can a van like that be driving through the streets? And I mean, Boca Raton is, come on, what is Boca Raton? About 95% Jewish population, 95%. If you see a van driving around that says Hitler was right, I would think the police should that's a hate crime ready to happen. That van should be pulled over immediately by the Boca police and find out what the hell's going on.
So actually in the video supervising the pro-Israel event, and I'm shocked that they didn't do anything about it, to my knowledge.
This is the first I've heard of this van from Dr. Lemaski. Now you're telling us about it. That is, that's scary. And if I saw that van, I would dial 911. I would call the police. I'd call the police. Nobody drives around with a van that says Hitler was right on it that has any good intentions, especially if they're in Boca. My goodness.
About Biden and Israel, I agree with Steve. He's been relatively supportive of late, but there's a famous exchange between Biden and Menachem Begin, probably, 40 years ago, where he threatened Israel with withholding of aid, and Begin's response was very epic. You can Google it and see. His history has not been very good.
Well, what did Begin tell Biden? Yeah, I'm sure he's not the only person that ever told Biden where to go. Yeah. Yeah. Well, thanks, Ian. Ian, you have some experience. You were in the Israeli Defense Forces. Yeah. So Ian's got a little background in Israel. So as things develop over there, feel free to call us and keep us updated on what's going on over there, because you have insight that we don't really get in American media. Because I know that you follow a lot of Israeli media, and of course you have family over there, and so you know what's going on there more than we know here in this country.
Being mobilized, and what Rabbi David said was accurate. There are tanks, armored personnel carriers, major troop movements to the Gaza border, but also there's a redeployment of border police to mixed Arab-Jewish cities, because Arab citizens have been going around and torching synagogues and attacking stores and cars.
See, this is the beginning of it's going to be like it was back in the 90s. When this is settled at the level it is now and calms down, the suicide bombings are going to come back. I can tell. We're in a new phase right now. It's not good.
During the Trump administration, it was very quiet, because the Hamas knew that they wouldn't have the political cover from the European nations especially, and that the United States would not tolerate it. And they held Iran's feet to the fire. They're the ones who are really behind this.
Yeah. Yep.
They're the ones who ship material and munitions to Hamas.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. And I promise you right now, behind the scenes, this is an effort for Iran to get more pallets of cash from America, is probably what a lot of this has to do with. They've spent through that money, and they know that in the Biden administration that they'll deal, because it's Obama 3, it's his third term, Obama. So they know that they'll pay them to stop what it is that they're doing. Well, listen, Ian from Cruise and Travel Depot here on the line. He's not just an expert on Israel. He also organizes our Steve Kane cruises, and we have a Steve Kane cruise coming up in January. We missed last year's because of COVID. Cruising is opening back up this summer. We're going in January on the Celebrity Equinox for 9 days. We're going to Aruba. We're going to the Cayman Islands. We're going to Curacao. We're going to Bonaire. And we're having a great time with our 2022 Steve Kane MAGA Cruise. And I'm going to give you Ian's number. If you missed this, it's at stevekaneshow.com. Ian from Cruise and Travel Depot, 561-244-5779. 561-244-5779. Give him a call. Join us. We're going to have a great time on this cruise, as we have on all of our cruises. And this one's going to be extra special because none of us have been on vacations for a long time, right? So, yeah. So you join us. And you can tell, but you hear people from our cruises call in all the time. You hear Ian. It's a like-minded crowd, and it's really nice. All right, Ian, take care. We'll talk soon. All right, take care. All right, you're on the radio. Good morning. Good morning. How are you today? I'm all right. How are you?
I'm doing fine. My name is Steve. I'm from Philadelphia originally. I happen to be Jewish, and my brother is also conservative, as I am, and he married a Democrat, and her entire family are.
Oh my goodness.
Jewish, of course.
Oh yeah.
For the life of me, I cannot understand why any Jew would vote for a Democrat.
Well, I'll tell you. I'll tell you. There's a couple reasons why. Okay. And neither of the reasons I give will be popular reasons with people, and people will take issue. And these are not the only reasons, but I'll give you two of the main reasons. One, Jews as a group in this country, Jews only make up about 3% of the U.S. population. People don't realize. Here in Florida, we have more Jews than in Israel. It seems like not, but Jews are only 3% of the U.S. population. But they're a college-educated group of people. There's a lot of college-educated Jews in America, and what do you learn in college? You learn to hate Israel, right? So that's one reason. It's the colleges are turning Jews against Israel. That's one reason. Another reason is, this goes back. And this is just my opinion, and I'm open. You can disagree with me on this, but I think during the Pat Robertson Christian coalition era of the Republican Party, a lot of Jews view the Republican Party as a religious group, a church, more than a political party. And there's a lot of conflict between religious Christians and Jews. A lot of Jews don't really care for Christians that much. And there's a lot of and there's a lot of hostility towards conservative viewpoints on everything from Jews because of that as well. And one of the things is our support of Israel. There's other reasons too, but I mean,
Ben Shapiro has it on YouTube. If you look it up, he has he talks about why Jews vote leftist, and he says, which I agree with, most of them are more loyal to their party than they are to the state of Israel.
Well, that's true, but most Jews see Ben Shapiro, who's a never Trumper. Okay, so I'm not a but yeah, he's Orthodox. He's a religious Jew. Ian from Cruise and Travel Depot, he's Orthodox. He's a religious Jew. The Jews that he's talking about, they're not religious. They're not religious. They may not even believe. So they don't have that connection. And what they've done is they've replaced their religion instead of Judaism. Their religion is liberalism.
Yes, and I grew up in a liberal home. I grew up in a Jewish neighborhood, and they're all liberals, and
it's really amazing to me. It used to be, because the older generation's now mostly gone, but a lot of people. I used to think it was the Depression era people, because the older, when I was a kid, the grandparents were Depression era people, a lot of Jews of that era, and you think, well, they grew up during FDR's time, and and I thought maybe that's why they're Democrat, but that generation's gone. I think the biggest problem is the colleges. I mean, you send a kid to college, they're going to come out hating Israel.
Do you remember the Skokie, Illinois incident?
Yes, that's when the Alan Dershowitz represented the Nazis. The Nazis wanted to march in Skokie, which was what, Illinois? Yeah.
Right, and they did march in Illinois. And when you talked about that van riding around in Boca Raton with flying like Hitler had the right idea, but he didn't get them all, or whatever it was that they said.
It's different.
Allowed you to.
That's different. No, that's different. Okay. No. In Skokie, you were very different. Now again, I was a little kid during Skokie, so I don't, so my knowledge of it is I remember it happening, but I was like 8, That was an organized, permitted event, a parade. Okay? What we're talking about in Boca with this van, this is like a flash mob situation. Big difference.
And how long do you think a van with an Israeli flag driving around through a Palestinian neighborhood, if there is one, how long?
3 seconds. 3 seconds. It's like driving with a Trump flag on your car through the south side of Chicago at 2 a.m. About the same. It'd be the same thing. It'd be the same thing. But I talked to Alan Dershowitz. Alan Dershowitz represented the Nazis in Skokie, and I interviewed him once, and I said to Alan Dershowitz, I said, when I was a kid, I didn't understand, and now I do. The First Amendment is to protect unpopular speech, not popular speech. But what this van is doing, a flash mob is a threatening attack, and this is different. This is much different, and this is meant. It's meant to intimidate. It's the Nazis in Skokie. That's terrible too, but it was pre-announced. It wasn't a shock mob. They knew it was happening. It was, what I mean. There's time for the authorities to prepare.
Permit to march to demonstrate.
Yeah, it's a much different thing. I got to run for a break because we're late, but I appreciate all of that. Listen, we'll take a quick break and be back with the Gold Report after this.
Traveling, you need a COVID test? Maybe you need a COVID test for work or school. Stop by any lab test now of Boca or any lab test now of Coral Springs. They offer all the COVID testing panels you need at the lowest prices, including the antibody test. Results in 15 minutes. Any lab test now of Boca is located in the Sandalwood Plaza, where Western Beef is, south of Palmetto Park Road and north of Hillsborough on the east side of 441 State Road 7. Call 561-237-5009. Any lab test now of Coral Springs is located on the southeast corner of University Drive in Ramblewood, near the Coral Square Mall in Coral Springs. Call 954-906-5983. Make sure to tell them you heard about them on the Steve Kane Show. Listen to the Steve Kane Show on iHeartRadio. Just search.
All right, welcome back, everyone. I'm Brian. You're listening to the Steve Kane Show, and it is time for the highest-rated portion of the Steve Kane Show. This is very true, and that is Gold Report time with William Youngerman from the offices of William Youngerman Incorporated in Boca Raton. Good morning, William Youngerman.
Good morning, Brian. How you doing?
I'm doing well. What are the metals looking like today?
Metals are looking stable after taking a nice hit yesterday on, as well as seeing all the markets go down yesterday. The stock market, Dow Jones dropping over 600 points, nearly 700. Gold seems to be coming back right now. Overnight, or yesterday, we saw the market close down $22.80, but still well above our $1,800 support, $1,815.10 on the close yesterday, trading in a range from $1,812 to $1,845 yesterday. Silver closed down 64 cents at $26.98. Platinum was down $26 at $1,206, while palladium was down $89 at $27.58. Again, people coming in buying pretty strong on that dip, and we're seeing some recovery this morning on gold, up $4.90 right now. That's at $1,820 per ounce. Overnight, we saw gold trading at $1,808 to $1,823. Silver unchanged right now at $26.98 the ounce, while platinum is up $5 at $1,211, and palladium is down $8 at $27.50. The 10-year bond running around 1.65%, with Bitcoin taking a big hit again today. It was down at 1.9%, under 50,000. It's right around $50,000 right now. That's pretty much where we are opening this morning.
Yeah, and don't forget, the countdown to Father's Day has begun. It's next month, and William Youngerman has a great collection of watches and other jewelry at very good prices, and you are sure to find something for Dad for his day at William Youngerman's. You can give him a call, 1-800-327-5010, 1-800-327-5010, online, williamyoungerman.com. The address here in Boca, 150 East Palmetto Park Road in Boca, which is just east of US 1 Federal Highway on the south side of Palmetto Park Road, on the first floor of the Bank of America building. And of course, all the metals available for immediate delivery. They're in stock right then and there for you. All right, William Youngerman, we will finish out the week tomorrow. You too. All right, let's go back to our phones. You're on the radio. Good morning.
Good morning, Brian. How are you?
Oh, hey, Attorney Barry Siegel. Hey, Barry, how are you?
Doing just great, thank you.
Great. Well, of course, Attorney Barry Siegel, our estate planning attorney and elder law and Medicaid planning attorney, is with us. What do you have for us today, Barry Siegel?
Well, all of those things, Brian, go hand in hand. You can have a good estate plan, but if you lose your assets during your lifetime because your estate plan didn't address certain issues that took away some of your risks, and you lose everything, how good was that estate plan? So an estate plan really should include some pre-planning to make sure that down the road, you or your spouse, or if we're talking about your parents or whoever it is, if they become ill and they need care and they don't have enough long-term care or any long-term care insurance to cover it, we want to make sure we have a plan that is going to help them become eligible for government benefits to cover or offset those costs, instead of having to be in a position where they have to spend down their assets and potentially go broke, all because they didn't set up a proper estate plan and plan ahead. Anybody who has not had their estate plan reviewed to make sure that it has the Medicaid elder law language in it that can help them down the road become eligible for government benefits and not have to worry about spending down your assets should give us
Yeah, and this Medicaid planning is a very, very specific field that Barry deals with, and he has an entire section of his law practice with experts that deal with that all day, every day, including Attorney Barry Siegel himself. So give Attorney Barry Siegel a call, completely free consultation if you mention you heard about him on the Steve Kane Show. His number, 855-FLA-3782. 855-FLA-3782, and online, SiegelLawGroup.com. Attorney Barry Siegel will finish out the week tomorrow. Have a great day. All right, take care. Let's go back to our very busy phones. You're on the radio. Good morning.
Brian?
Yes.
Got much more.
Oh, my gosh. Hey, Scott, how are you?
Guys are doing better than any of the other two.
That's amazing.
New clients, it's amazing. It's been amazing. We did a lady from your show yesterday. She wants to come in here tomorrow morning with us and tell everybody about it. There's Rebecca. She actually did the Good Pillow, the My Pillow guy commercial for you, Rebecca.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah, so we did her home yesterday, and then a gentleman, Darcy, just called in today and booked an appointment for next Friday. So it's been going well, and actually, you gave me that nice discount to get me to come back. I want you to go ahead and charge me that. In good faith, I can't take that because you've just gone above and beyond my wildest expectations.
Well, that's great. Yeah, and yesterday I was in the car in the afternoon, and I looked at the temperature on the dashboard. It's 95 degrees. So you guys, we're running short on time, Scott, but call Scott. Scott from Cut My Kilowatts. He will save you big money on your electric bill. I'll give you, if you miss his number, it's at stevekaneshow.com. 954-939-1500. 954-939-1500. Scott from Cut My Kilowatts. Scott, call in tomorrow, but call in like at 8, and we'll be able to talk a little longer and talk about radiant barrier.
8 o'clock tomorrow. We'll talk to you. Thanks.
Okay, take care, Scott. Well, that's what we like to hear. You hear that, guys? He's advertising on 3 radio stations, and we're doing better for him than the other ones. That's right. That's the Steve Kane Show right here. That makes me feel good. Oh, man. All right. Now, in a few minutes, you're going to not want to touch that radio dial because Richard Pearl on politics is up next. What's going on your show today, Richard Pearl?
Well, we're going to talk about
Yeah.
That's because of an
What were you doing in go on. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Well, even CNN is starting to call out Fauci on these things. Which really shocked me, and even NBC and CNN are starting to turn on Fauci. That's how bad Fauci is, and when we get out of this period and the history is written, he's going to be the big villain of this entire. He's caused more problems for the worldwide, Fauci, really, because yeah, well, he's the front man. That's right. Mm-hmm. Oh. Yeah. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Well, I don't know. I don't know about that. Well, listen, Richard Pearl's show, Richard Pearl on Politics, follows us each day at 9 a.m. on this radio station. So if you're listening on any of our radio stations or iHeartRadio or the TuneIn app, don't touch that dial. Richard Pearl on Politics will be up in just a couple of moments. And his store, Simply Natural, which has all the great nutraceuticals that Steve and I talk and take, is located in Sunrise, just north of Sunset Strip on the east side of University. Open 7 days a week, 11 a.m. till 9. The number over there, 954-741-4045. All right, have a great show, Richard Pearl. We'll be tuned in. And everybody, we'll be back tomorrow morning at 6 a.m. We'll see you then. Take care, guys.
AM 1470, FM 95.3, 96.9. South Florida's FM Money Talk Radio Network. WWNN, Pompano Beach.
All right, guys. Hey, listen, we're all out of time for today. Things got a little crazy at the end. Make sure you like the video before you go, guys, if you don't mind. Make sure you like the video. That helps a lot. Spread the word about the video. Your likes get the video recommended to other people on YouTube. That helps a lot. And if you're not subscribed, subscribe and click that notification bell. All right, guys? I'll see you later. Take care.